gonna bring it
Is he
in.
charging for salt? Could you tell him? I have to look at it.
It's right there. So,
It's better not.
and
It
on
should
the
be
one
built
underneath
into
it
the
came in,
price.
I don't know if it's something you need to fill out or not. It's right. I can't hear, so I don't know.
So this motion is done.
Yeah. You already did, yes.
Is this for advertising?
No, it's in there.
Sounds like a
There's
choice.
just a.
Sounds like a choice.
This is. Okay, well, that's what I got. Hold on.
Yeah.
So. So, it was this one, is the one that got back with me, or.
How's that Ducky Sam?
Yeah.
Well, this is the state law.
It's just not so.
And this is from the time they leave the facility, boss.
Yeah, my whole family. All the kids got over like.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't know. I don't know.
She had vacation, that's what it was called.
Yeah, well, I'm always in a hurry. I don't want to sit there and like, there's 10 choices. Then there's a you don't need to think about it.
Well, the state does the Main Street and kind of stuff. It's a state.
You should have known she was saying, you know, the way she was laughing.
Same thing with this one. I started 2009,
Another lawyer the other day started.
20 or 21 or 22.
Yeah,
And then he
that
said, it's not, this is the same original, since I have 2000.
Yeah, so Mackenzie took over as a lower profile lawyer, so it don't cost us. We just get involved when, you know, support with the big lawyers from DEP.
No, we
I
were,
like to see what the invoice was through though.
well, there was one here for like 1100, guess what?
Find out anything on you know, he was on this weekend too.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I just got this. I know it was a busy
But you know what I'm
month.
saying,
I
I
know
drive,
that,
I
but
drive my.
I saw $4 grand. I looked at her. She
Yeah.
said,
It's down, they call them down.
Yeah, I hate to
I
see
wanna
what
make
this month is
sure
coming out.
he's not charging us for salt, cause that's built into the price that was negotiated.
Well, he didn't consult down here when I actually got that.
Oh, he didn't?
No, because, Mikey did it.
Okay. I did call him back after you guys emailed me. I said, I think Mike got it, well, not hit, I'll hit. He said,
No, it was done.
good.
So I don't want him to charge us for that. But Cindy saw him on Saturday, was it Saturday? Going up and down the road. There was no bad weather on Saturday.
Yeah, it's 39 degrees on there.
Okay, are we ready? Okay. Yeah. Let's call it to him. Let's do the allegiance first. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. All right, roll call. Mansell Dell, absent. Carrie Gleason.
Here.
Cindy Borough.
Here.
Anthony Urbana.
Here.
Robert Tenzo.
Here.
Eddie Wetzel.
Yeah.
Chris Davis.
Here.
Anna Hotel. Here. Approval of the minutes. Everybody got their minutes sent to them, so you should have had time to look over them. You need longer? Bob, do you need to look at them?
Nope.
Okay. somebody.
Can I make a motion to approve the
February 3rd.
February 3rd, 2025 minutes?
I second.
Nancy, absent. Terry,
Yes.
Cindy,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Anthony,
Yes.
Eddie,
Yes.
me, yes. Okay. The approval of the special meeting minutes,
So I do have a question about that.
okay,
I wasn't able to make the meeting, so you guys probably discussed this, but there was discussion about chlorine water spill is, I believe what it said.
There's chlorine water.
about what?
Chlorine water that was spilled.
Oh, the spell, yes,
Chlorination.
yes.
So just quickly, where was that?
Of the sewer plant,
The chlorinator.
that's chlorinator,
Where did it spill?
Onto the grass.
Was it pipe freeze or something?
No, they were cleaning it. Or they were filling it, and Michael had run inside for a minute, and it popped out.
Was there some correspondence from DEP about this?
They called DEP and reported it.
I know, but did we get anything back from them?
No.
We have to contain it? What was it, was there any cleanup or anything?
No, it was
Turn
water.
downs.
This one was just chlorinated water.
Yeah.
It just came out.
Well, we don't have chlorinated water, so that's why I'm wondering, we have gaseous chlorine that we mix with water.
Any spill, DEP said they wanted to know about. And putting chlorinated water under the ground was considered a spill according to them.
anything else you wanna know about?
I just thought they'd issue something that we're required to report it.
I believe they even spoke to Mark, actually. No, who's the new person?
I don't know. But he thanked him for calling him and letting him know about it, and.
Mhm.
Okay. Do I have a motion to accept him?
Yes, I make a motion to accept February 17th special meeting minutes.
A second?
First by Terry, second by Anthony. Nancy's absent. Terry,
Yes.
Cindy,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Anthony,
Yes.
Eddie? Yes. Me? Yes. Okay. Good there. Okay. Paying of the bills. Has everybody had a chance to look at the bills? Do I have a motion to accept them?
Hold on. This bill, separated. There's one bill here that should be, oh, I see, went to two different areas, okay.
Is there a motion to
I make a motion to pay the bills as presented.
Do I have a second?
A second.
Terry,
Yes.
Cindy,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Anthony,
Yes.
Eddie,
Yes.
me, yes, Nancy was absent, okay. Treasurer's report.
Part was emailed, the other part was printed today.
No email on that. Okay.
Sorry about that.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Alright, so I have a question about the financial report.
What'd you say, Bob?
I got a question about the financial report.
Okay.
So, water and sewer report. They all say page 1, so, I guess it's the second page, wastewater collection treatment. Down at the bottom here, wastewater collection wages, full-time, part-time, overtime, they're all 0. Which,
Yeah, I agree, right?
that seems unlikely in March. See the second,
You should give us that extra one.
usually that's like our highest expense, so something doesn't
Right.
seem right there.
Yeah.
It's line 429.
Yeah, I have it right here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
We'll have to ask Penny about that.
yeah, I'll have to ask Penny, and she can get back to you.
And then flip the page, it's same story for the water wages, full-time, part-time, overtime,
It
Yeah.
is.
all 0s.
Okay.
She might just forgot to put the numbers in.
Yeah. I'll have Penny get back to you on that, okay? She'll be in tomorrow.
On the solicitor, now is that McCormick or is that Babs Town for, 404? Yeah, I got one that's three right in a row, it's not very much, but I just wanna make sure, are we separating the two, or I can, if not, can we, I can keep them file in there?
I do not know.
I think this is McCormick, I haven't,
That's McCormick.
I didn't think that was, I haven't used her that much this
404 is
month.
McCormick. 404 is McCormick.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
So where's Babs?
That's what I'm looking for right now. Didn't use a lot of it, I know that, but it should be in the budget, right?
Well, there's one back here, 404,
That's McCormick.
that's McCormick.
Yeah, I wanna make sure Baps has gotta be in here, I know she's going against the sewer plant. Yeah, we really gotta have that number. And this is just a general fund, oh, it might be right here.
Right here, it's on the water and sewer side, page, it's on the budget,
Page,
404 solicitor.
got ya, $130, right?
No,
No, that's,
no.
That
Wa-
is,
Water and sewer, you're on general. You want water and sewer?
what is it, 404?
Is it?
Okay. There's another one here. So that must be McCormick on this one here.
General.
Two from McCormick on there, that's all. And then So
Would that be right?
there's one right here for the water and sewer, you're right, and then I looked under
What line was that?
Oh,
Four,
four under water and
page
sewer.
one, and then under the general, I just seen it. Solicitor legal services,
Where's that?
Professional services, 404.31.
yep, that's 130 that they charged us, I'm assuming in February, and $5,000 budget, that sounds right for Pat's County.
No, because
No,
this
that's the
because-
bill that just came through from McCormick.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
this one
I
says
just need to
a
get
budget
cleared
of
up.
10,000.
it's got on this one?
Yeah.
That's 1698.38.
So this one might be the Babs calendar.
Yeah. So,
Let me just clear that up, I just
what's her
wanna make,
name?
the law firm's Babs Cowan out of Pittsburgh,
Okay.
but that's the email I've been throwing you on there
Okay.
for
Mhm.
Mackenzie would be the,
Okay, so I'll ask her about that, we'll make sure it's
I
the
like,
labels.
legal services is related, I've been dealing with Mackenzie.
Yeah, make sure it's, okay.
Just so we have it separate, I keep an eyeball on it and make sure it all. And then
Should be a long.
I was looking for what we're paying Nicole in Apex, I missed that.
It's gonna be under,
Water and sewer,
yeah, water, what should be in both.
okay, water,
Yeah,
sewer,
contracted services, last one. 448.45 and 429.45.
Okay, right here.
Alright, so. Alright,
That's on water, and then. And then
so we're
another one.
budgeted to pay 120, right, that's what we're. And the date, we're at 19, does that sound right?
Mhm.
She's supposed to provide us, because of the cap, a detailed list, and it should not be included in this. And my fear is it is, because I worry about, because we've been putting a lot of pressure on to finish, that the billing, because it was $5,000 flat out going, you guys do the work, okay?
Mhm.
And I don't have enough billing information, you know, in front of me, I'm sure, how you
Working on
guys, yeah, so if there was an uptick of the $6,000, I think that was the average I saw, I put it in a spreadsheet, roughly $6,000. If we see a 7,500 or an 8,000 or a 5-week month, we have to stay alert for that because, again, the relationship in Nicole, so is, it's got you at best, cause I really didn't, we have to really push her all the time to get this done, it's like she's trying to do me a favor, or, you know, I don't know. I shouldn't say Nicole, I should Apex is anyway, or, just wanna be able to get the work done, and I don't wanna see us pay double, you know what I mean, I don't wanna see this come up in here,
Right,
I'm trying to keep an eye on it. Alright,
so is there a way you want me to ask Penny to separate it for you, or?
nope, I just kinda wanna look at it, you know,
Okay.
from a higher level on this, the lawyer stuff, yes, but,
Okay,
I wanna
The
see
lawyer
any
stuff.
odd stuff out of Apex, if we can, like, average last year what we were paying her, cause we didn't increase, I don't think they increased, I haven't heard of an increase. So there should be a flat, you know,
Right.
based on what we're, Luke coming down, doing his work.
Well, they are two different things. I mean, the contracted price is for just operation.
Yeah, yeah.
If they're doing cap work, that's maintenance or repairs, so they should be coming from the
Right,
same line. item.
that's what I'm saying, that's why I can't flag it another way other than to see the billing do a sudden uptick
Right.
month to month versus, cause we paid her $5,000 flat, that was the deal. And I don't know, but I wanna make sure we keep an eye on if there's an uptick in any of the months past and going forward.
Well, she sends those invoices once a month, so she should be able to track it.
They should be separated though.
They have to be separated, yeah,
From
because we'll
our
get
work,
lost. and,
exactly.
I mean, maybe they are, you know, I don't wanna, cause I don't have enough info right now, but
Right.
So I guess, yeah, if we could just, I'll talk to you tomorrow, again. I'll say, you know, what I'm thinking, and then maybe
I'll be
we'll
on
put that in
Wednesday, but yeah.
Wednesday, sorry, yep, that's it.
Okay. So that's treasurer's report.
I start a motion.
To accept it, okay, can I have a motion to accept the treasurer's report, please?
Are we gonna, so the motion's gonna accept it with the additional changes or additional updates?
Yes. Does she
You mean
send it?
just that, the information?
Well, cause the wages are still blank, so we don't have actually
Oh, yeah,
information.
good, okay,
So-
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a big one.
Have to accept approve a report that's
Yeah, that's not
missing.
good. It has no effect on paying the bills, right?
no,
Pay the bills.
No, it's
Yeah,
just
the
missing
bills
the
are paid.
page.
Just missing information, and we can just, clean up for next month. How else you get the information now? What I'm liking is a lot better than it has been with that budget, month to date, year to date.
Need a motion to table it.
okay.
I think so, that's my
I need a
suggestion.
motion to
guys. You
table
guys
it
do-
until
you guys
next
gotta
month.
do it.
I make a motion to, table the treasurer's report for March, till, April.
Clean up some of the.
I'll second it.
Terry,
Yes.
Cindy?
Yes.
Robert,
Yes.
Anthony,
Yes.
Eddie,
Yes.
me, yes, Nancy's absent. Okay, public comment on agenda items. Anybody? No comments?
Somebody damaged.
The lady was parked illegally.
Okay,
So that should
I
be,
don't have the report yet, I just saw the picture.
that should be a practice for any time there's damage
Sure.
done in the borough. Sign, windows, whatever.
Agreed,
So
that was a good point.
it was
Yeah.
going back and forth there and, you know, so we need to just,
Thought
Get
the
it
police
documented.
made a report
Yeah.
already.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about the outcome of any of it, so that's the why I sent the email out about 2 weeks ago. But regardless, I just wanna make sure Bob knows that we were doing that. And then two, the farmer that's renting my family's land there is interested in, doing a quote for the dike, so I'll take it to the dikes committee.
Oh.
So if you guys get to that, you're gonna open up the quotes, this gentleman has a big sickle arm, he's gonna do down 49 for me. And he's willing to quote it, I showed him a little bit, we drove down by it, but obviously, what the Army Corps wants us to do and what we really can do is a whole different step, you know. But the Army is willing to quote and help us out with that.
You can do the levees there, how far down?
Yeah, I didn't walk it with him, but what I
No, I
told-
mean, how long is this?
It's a big, long sickle arm, I think it's, 15, it's a big one, it's a big one. The one like, the one Tim rented when he did 49 for,
Okay.
Tim,
Short.
Short. It's a big one, I
It's a
saw
big
it.
green one? Big green one?
Yeah, they're gonna do across your house there and, we just run into them. And, I saw it and I'm like, hey, you interested in, quotes and work here?
Yeah,
And
definitely.
he was all about it, so it's the Wolf Brothers, so if anybody, I'm sure everybody knows who they are.
Do we actually have a map from when they did the survey of how big the dike is and everything? So it actually has guidelines and.
Where and how, yeah, I walked it and the thing of it is, and Bob can attest to it, it starts up there at the trestle, which is the township. But for whatever reason, the Army Corps represents that we own it for some reason, and that is the
Yeah,
most heaviest part.
That's what
I mean,
DT
there's
Yeah,
trees
That's
are
what the
like that.
riprap and everything in it.
Was it at,
Yeah.
up above by the farm?
Up
Where
at the
the
trestle.
railroad tracks are.
Yeah.
All the way down to
It would be nice
287.
just if we could get the grass.
That's all got riprap in it.
Mm-hmm.
Anything's gonna help,
Yeah.
you know, we'll see what the quote is, and, but that part of it, for what the Army
Yeah,
Corps
so
is,
the
what I mean,
chainsaws
I didn't
really
mean
going
it,
down
more
there.
than that.
To
was
cut it
on
off.
this side.
You couldn't,
The
no.
closest I got was 40 grand, that was all manual labor, and we didn't cut that.
Yeah,
No.
But this guy could probably do something to make it better and,
cut
you
it
know,
maybe
for,
once in the
you know,
spring and once
$1,500
towards
or
the
something
fall.
like that, you know.
That's what Toyota does,
Yeah.
they do it in the spring and fall.
DJ, yeah.
That'd be good.
So, I just wanna talk about that, I'll send you guys an email so you can put it up for your dikes, and then if you guys are gonna quote it, I can grab them, and they're more than willing to come down and give us a quote.
Yeah, because he does realize we do all the way down. and
Yeah, oh yeah, I
really
drove it, we
up towards
rode
your way.
down, I
Yeah,
showed
then
him.
up this way too, so.
I mean, once you open it up, I'm sure he'll walk it and we'll do a formal bid,
Yeah.
that's what we did for the, people that were interested, so they knew what they were up against.
Right,
So, I think, like I said,
Only go
the
down
best
to
quote I got, and
the
it's
point.
eight guys, the labor, and I think it was a little steep, because it was really bad, but,
really steep.
it's gonna be a little bit of work, you know,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
dangerous, people break their ankles, and
Okay.
that's all I got
That's
for
it?
my mayor's.
That's all you got?
report.
Okay, police report, Brockman is in here tonight, so he sent a paper in, and he, on 2-3, he had a patrol meeting, 2-6, he had a patrol prison transport, 2-10, he had a follow-up at Family Dollar, 2-11, he had a follow-up at Hoffman, and UCRS, 2-12, follow-up at Family Dollar and Hoffman again, and he patrolled in traffic, 2-24, patrol and a welfare check at Picard's, 2-25, a patrol traffic stop, and 2-26, patrol traffic follow-up with Hoffman. And that's it on his.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, so, okay, so that's good. Fire department,
I gave you guys all a copy. We had 19 incidences for the month of February. Classes and training and things that we had. February 2nd, we had our yearly mandatory state required hazmat refresher course. On the 3rd, we did HIPAA cribbing and training and JAWS training. 17th, we had our monthly meeting. The 24th, we did ladders, SCBA, and forcible entry training. A couple of the county things that have happened, January, we had 3 members, January and February, sorry, we had 3 members complete mods 1 and 2 towards your firefighter 1 course. February 2nd, we had that yearly hazmat mandatory training. And then on February 8th and 9th, we had 5 members complete a nice rescue class. Upcoming classes, we have 2 members that are taking mod 3, which is 72 hours long over in Wellsboro. On March 15th, we have a Pennsylvania fish and boat driving course. We're having a boat rescue class in Lawrenceville in May, and we have to have our operating certificates to drive the boats. And then on March 29th and 30th, we're having an engine company class over here in Lawrenceville. As far as apparatus and equipment, Engine 83, which is our 2014, the alternator quit the other day on us, and we had to get that replaced and a belt as well. And then our inverter on our tanker quit, which fried 4 batteries. So we ended up replacing 4 batteries and putting an inverter on it, which both those were very unexpected bills that we have. As far as our activities coming up on March 21st and 22nd, we're doing a cornhole tournament and chicken barbecue. And then on the 26th of April, we're doing our gun bingo that we normally do twice a year. Any questions for the fire department?
No?
Thanks.
How much are the tickets for the bingo?
$50.
Do you guys do confined space training? No?
We do, yeah.
How
We-
much that cost?
Well, so we would have to ask for it through the county. So like, not every class, so like, I just read out the classes that we're doing in Lawrenceville. But like, there's engine company, or a ladder trunk class coming up in Westfield or something like that. I mean, there's classes all over the county,
Yeah.
Bradford County and Pirate County, so we can
Yeah.
travel to wherever the classes are, as long as you got the pre-certs. And it's usually a 16-hour class for the confined space, that's entry level. Then you can get advanced and even
Yeah.
more advanced. So like the boat class, we had to have water rescue first, and we had to have ice rescue, and then you can take a boat rescue class, so you had, you know, you had to build on build on build. Is there something you're looking for?
No, I was just thinking about the workers down there, we were gonna talk about getting in confined space areas and things, I mean, we avoided that with the flow meters based off of
Yeah.
a company coming in to do it, but that might not be a bad thing, I know our maintenance guys at work have to.
Yeah, same, Victaulic, same way, so maintenance guys there too. So we do, Millerton's probably our best department to call right now, so again, knowing the training that other fire departments have. I mean, not everybody can focus on one
Yeah,
thing.
well, okay.
Millerton and has usually all the equipment and everything like that. They're the,
So they can do a class on it?
no, they just have all taken the
Oh, all
class
things-
and,
Okay,
you know, most all their members, they're very small member wise, but they're very trained. You know, they kinda, they
okay,
don't train,
Could be an option,
Yeah.
that's all.
yeah,
Cause the closest place for us to do it is somewhere downstate.
yeah, they can take we've got it on the thing for tonight, take the class right online, there's a 2-hour class.
yeah, I was gonna say there should be some online, but
Yeah.
that's basics.
Right,
But as like Cindy's talking, to get hands-on.
right, it's all
You
the
may
way
have to go.
downstate.
So this was brought up in the township, meeting, somebody questioned from the audience, Westfield. They've read where Westfield's getting a training center, so that'll be part of that training center down the road.
Oh,
Westfield got a FEMA grant, and the borough, I believe, gave them the land, the old tannery.
mhm.
And, Chief Galtz up there and their department went through and did a FEMA grant, they got the FEMA grant, so they're gonna have a training center up there on where the old, tannery building is, so we can do burn classes. I believe they wanna get a confined space, tube or cylinder or something to where they could do confined space, water, you know, and, I mean, they got, I think, 4 acres right there or something like that, they got quite a bit of land. And then the next FEMA grant they're trying for is fire station with, they're integrating all the classrooms then to have the classes there, so again, it's how you word things on grants, you guys all know that as well as we do
Yeah,
as a
we
fire
do.
department. So hopefully they'll get that grant and that'll really put Tioga County or at least Westfield on the map.
Yeah,
And then it'll be for, you know, a lot of people to use.
I was just gonna say, wouldn't like our employees be able to take the class?
I'm not sure, I don't wanna answer for any of
Yeah.
that, but I bet you the facilities will be there probably at a cheaper cost than doing, as Cindy said,
Yeah.
downstate somewhere.
Yeah,
So,
it's quite a ways away.
yeah,
Yeah, I think it's an 8-hour class.
yeah, a lot of them are, ours are 16 normally.
Yeah,
I mean, we gotta identify a need, and if that's the case where it makes sense, and, you know, to have these people trained. It was a big topic here about 2 months ago,
Yeah,
I know that.
no, they've been looking into it.
If there's something we can do to help, let us know.
Yeah, thank you, appreciate it.
appreciate that. Okay,
Thanks, guys.
all right, library report. Miss Lucy?
Okay, overall, we had a fairly busy month, even though we canceled a couple events due to the icy conditions. And I guess, I didn't realize, I thought when I checked it one time, it was, just melted, but it was plowed up. I think Mike Gleason said he did it, so thank you for that. We welcomed several new visitors to the library in February, as well as a new volunteer. Many thanks to Wendy Kilburn, who has been teaching craft classes, including sewing, crocheting, and Tunisian knitting. I did some of that, so cool. Anyway, we continue to receive donations of books and craft items and enjoy sharing these items with the public and the community. Just a couple of reminders, the library is hosting another silent auction, inside with many interesting items available, and with probably more to be added before the winners are chosen. And the winners of the silent auction, the tickets will be picked at our Easter egg hunt on April 12th at 2 p.m., which the library and the ladies of the Calvary Community Church we're co-hosting it. So hopefully we'll see lots of you there, and it should be fun. But overall, pretty good. Any questions?
What time did you say that Easter egg hunt was?
2 p.m.
Got it. Thank you.
And it's a Saturday, April 12th.
All right, water and sewer. The annual Tier 2 report is completed and has been sent out. We had a grant meeting. Spoke with Dan Staborski on possible grants. He will be sending out paperwork in April, is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Beginning of April, I think. What they are going to do, though, Jennifer is gonna be sending a letter out to everybody in the town explaining exactly what the paper is that they'll be sending out. And they will, it's it's a financial thing. You don't have to give your exact financial statement. There's a amount on there, and you can either say it's above or below. And then they take all our names, and they computerize it, and they randomly pick people at random, you know? So, hopefully, people will turn them back in. If you guys want to get your water a little bit better, then you're gonna have to be willing to send in the reports.
And this is to apply for a grant?
It's
or-
the
For the CDD,
See,
yeah.
like 2018 or something.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
this is
But
entirely
we can't go
different.
out and do it, they do it themselves, they computer generate the names and stuff like that.
So
If the survey's not filled out correctly, then it's automatically considered over income.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he did, I remember him saying that.
Yeah, but we're like number 3 on their list of people that are needing things, you know, money wise and stuff like that. There's a town over in, outside of Blossburg, I can't remember the name, cause I was just listening to bits and pieces.
Is it Liberty?
No, it's a little town, and
Like
they're
Wayne
having a
or
lot of water problems, theirs are worse than ours. And then Nelson is also bad, and then there's us. So what they do is he'll have a meeting with, the commissioners, and the commissioners at the end of all of it decide how much money each person gets or whatever. And there's 2 grants, there's a larger grant and a smaller grant, and we need to decide which ones, you know, are for what. And he's gonna get a hold of Jimmy Joe and find out what he thinks is the most important things to be fixed with us for those.
So with those surveys, it's also a certain percentage of customers in this
Right.
town. So
Right.
one thing that we suggested last year when we were talking is holding a town hall at the library to help people fill those surveys out correctly to have a better shot for the borough. So that's something that should be considered again this year.
Right, but not everybody will get that survey at one
Correct.
time.
Yep, I know that.
So
I'm aware
they're
of
gonna
that.
be at separate times and stuff, and we don't even know how many they're gonna send out each time. The computer just kicks it out, and hopefully, you know, the people will be doing it, and I agree, it would be a good thing
Do
to,
the
if we
town
could
hall,
help
the
it.
library, that way, cause they also said that they could provide the template. And if somebody sat down with them at the library to assist them, you guys would have a better chance.
So we're
So-
searching for the grant, so what's the scope that would be paid for by the grant? So what's the project or the work?
One clear project, start to finish. That's what the issue was last year.
Right.
They couldn't come up with it.
He is going to be having a meeting with Jimmy Joe to find out what he thinks is the most important thing.
Did that last year.
Who's me?
Dan
Who's meeting with
Staborski
Jimmy?
Dan Staborski is the one that's gonna be talking to Jimmy Joe. So,
The committee's not gonna meet with Jimmy?
well, the committee is going to be, Cindy, me, Eric,
Okay,
and Jennifer is our go-to person that, Dan will be sending all the information to, so she will be sending, like I said, a letter out to everybody, and then we'll do the income surveys. And that is a good idea to have the library, you know, help with that.
I would put it on their water bills as a memo. It's coming, to be prepared.
Right, but if you know, that's the only way we're gonna start getting it.
The idea is we need to get residents to participate in filling out the
Exactly.
financial disclosures.
Exactly, and they're not wanting exact amounts of money of what you make, there's a income level there, and all it asks is, are you above this or are you below this?
And I think they only needed what, 10 or 20%. They didn't need a big number. It wasn't.
He did not tell us the amount today, he only talked to us for a few
Yep.
minutes and stuff, he was in between things. But, he said all the paperwork would be coming, what we need to send out,
Yep.
you know, and stuff like that. And just hopefully people will be willing to send it back in so we can get it done.
Yeah.
So,
Cause you're right, remember you have to have a certain amount of
Yep,
devices,
certain amount
small
of
void,
device done,
yeah.
correct.
right, cause if you don't get that amount,
Cause I asked for a copy of the survey, cause we were gonna put something out for everyone to see, to explain to them what it is, why we're doing it, cause they need to know who, what, where, when, why. If they don't have that information, they're just gonna throw it away. They're
yeah,
not
he
gonna
does
do it.
not have the survey done yet because he sent us a sample, but that's it. And that's from, I guess, from last year's, which I don't know anything about, so. but he said he's more than willing to work with us, he knows we have a problem. The commissioners have talked to him and told him that we have a big problem here,
We sat through the same meeting last year.
so, yeah, well, I didn't, so I don't know.
There were a group of us sitting in here.
So
that all
the
sat
problem, I guess, is what I'm asking, what are we going for?
I think they thought with the smaller one, Jimmy Joe said something about, if I'm not mistaken, Cindy, you can correct me, about fixing the electrical in the water plant.
You know, those electrical boxes, everything's rotting out in there. They can't even use half of it now.
As far as the larger one goes, Bob, I'm not sure because they had mentioned something about the water tank, but Mr. Shaborsky said that he did not feel that that was a good one for us to go for. That,
the blower.
it's too much money to replace the water tank, so.
Well, he said that would go underneath the other
He told us today that he thought it would be too big of a project for us to get because there's people that are in worse straits than we are right now.
So that's, I
So-
guess, kind of my question, so what is a typical amount then? Is it like $50,000,
Last
$200,000?
year
The first
No.
one was 200, the smaller one was 200, and then it went up from there.
Yeah, and then it goes up, so. And I asked him how much he thought we would be eligible for, and he says, I don't know, it all depends. Because the main thing is that one town, I guess that town's really bad compared to us, so. And so they'll probably get priority, and then it goes kind of like 1, 2, 3, and where you set in the line of how bad your water system is. And how much money you get.
Do you guys have a plan? I mean, I get sending letters, but I mean, I know residents don't. I personally know that there are residents that don't check their mail. Do you guys have a secondary plan to get the information out there on how important the financial disclosure is for them to start seeing results?
I
or to
imagine
see?
that we could put it out on Facebook and everything else, that, you know, a lot of people are on Facebook.
Happy to
and-
share it if you guys
Yeah,
send it to me.
So,
Okay.
I mean, I think any way possible that we could do it would be good for us, you know,
Yeah.
so,
Or maybe create some kind of a flyer or bulletin to staple toward with the water bill, so
Yeah.
they can see it.
Yeah, and I'm happy to, help
or
people
Jennifer
that
can
can't make
just
it
add
on
it to the
time.
bottom of the water bill or whatever.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's the only way we're gonna start getting any money, is if we start doing this stuff.
Right.
And we're not gonna get anywhere unless we do. So.
What other grants are they looking for? Cause there's other ones out there that are.
Right, but a lot of them have to do with your, audits. So once our audits are done, we can start looking into other ones. I really can't say, Jessica, because I've only been on here a little over a month.
Yeah,
I-
there's
you know,
other, there are other
I'm,
things out
I'm
there.
learning things as I go.
Yep.
So I'm trying the best I can, I'm talking to whoever I can talk to that will even talk to us. A lot of people won't talk to us as soon as they hear we're Lawrenceville. So, you know, that's the hard part. So the only thing I can do is just keep plugging at it. Get our, you know, try to get our audits done. So, you know, we can have proof that, you know, this is the money we have, you know.
And also get everyone NIM certified, so when those are done, you can start applying for bigger grants too.
Right.
So-
Right.
so
And that's the
start
whole
setting-
goal, is just to get more grants so we can get some help. We talked with Jimmy Joe the other night and he told us, we're looking at anywhere from $5 to $7 million for each plant to be fixed properly.
Yep.
We don't have that kind of money.
He actually said you were looking down the barrel of a new plant at that
So.
point in time as well.
But, you know, we can only do what what we can do so far, you
Right,
know.
but while you're waiting on the audits and things like that to come through, maybe start setting deadlines for everyone, they start getting NIM certified by this point, getting it that way, when everything comes through, you can also start applying for bigger things, and
Right.
everyone will be ready.
Well, little by little, Jess,
Three of the
little by
seven
little,
are
that's all I can
It's
say.
a free course.
So, you know, I can only do so much.
So
I'm
what
trying,
was- so
I'm
what
really
was
trying.
So what was SWPP? What was that?
What's that?
Source water.
Source
Water protection plan,
We've been in it since 1991.
I was gonna say, this keeps going around, we've done
We
this
just
2 or
need
3
to
times.
put it through it and approve it, I guess.
yeah, you just
Yeah.
have to approve it. Are you done with your question? Okay. Are you done? Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so I need the SWPP, first one.
Make a motion to, approve the source water protection plan.
Okay, do I have a
That has
second?
been in effect since 1991.
So why do we need to approve it then?
Because they
Put it
sent,
in minutes. For the
I know.
last-
Cause they have a meter down there that's been
We
there
have it.
for,
They're
It says
asking, they're asking
us
for
to
it for
approve it.
final approval.
Yep.
well, cause we did all this in 2018,
Yeah,
they
but that's
installed the
probably-
meter.
But it's probably gotta be done every so often.
It's every 2 years.
Every 2 years what though? It's, the
It has to
equipment's
be
there.
approved. So when we talked to them the last time, there was something that they were talking about that Paul King started and did not finish.
It was
And
working,
we
it
told
was
them
running.
that it wasn't finished, and there was one piece of it that was still
Well,
left.
was it done then?
Yeah,
Okay.
everything's what's there is what they've got, they just need approval
It was,
to print the final copy.
it was approved last year as well. I can show you. the
What are we
minutes.
approving is my question.
To continue it, is that
To
what you're
continue it,
asking?
yeah, yeah.
I mean, you got 20 pages there to say we're continuing it?
Yeah, it's a,
No, they
Yeah.
got 20 pages.
Well, right,
Yeah.
I don't want to blindly
It's the
approve
whole
something. right?
plan, there's
That's
maps,
the
there's.
the whole paperwork form. Do you have a motion?
We have a motion on the table. Do we have anybody
Did it-
second?
I'm saying that correct.
Okay, so discussion now, so you second, right? Did anybody review this from the Lawrenceville department?
Should have been all three of them.
I
You
reviewed
reviewed
that, so I reviewed that one as well, when it came through, and it, they had some questions on it, because it was something from it was some years ago, they had questions that come up, and last year it was reviewed. And this year, they have to actually have that go through, so they can actually get it done.
So is the committee recommending that we approve this?
Yes.
You're speaking on behalf of the committee?
Yes.
Yeah, sure about that?
Snow removal,
Yes,
they charge
I'll
95
point
The
something
committee
out
review?
later.
yes.
Okay.
What, yes. Jimmy Joey.
So let me
This is
mention
the one
on
that we
the
just talked about.
SWPP, this also goes for anything that's near any water sources, so
Okay.
fuel
Well,
tanks,
that's like this.
Has anybody second?
Yeah.
Who
or
seconded?
any
Cindy
water
seconded?
source
Okay.
can't be anywhere near it, there's a
Do
certain
roll
way it
call.
has to.
Terry?
Yes.
We got a fuel tank, no sewer plant.
Cindy?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
No, well, we don't, it's
Charges.
it's gas, so it's not,
Diesel fuel,
yes, yes,
Bob?
yes.
Are they aware of that goes for source
Anthony?
sure, yes, yes.
Eddie?
That one, I don't know if they know if it's a gas.
Are you not listening, Eddie?
Send it to
Okay.
Anthony.
And
Email
The
me.
SWPP, yes for me.
What's in the email, it's fine.
I said yes.
Okay, yes for Eddie.
I got it.
I thought you said no.
No, I said yes.
Okay. Okay. And we did say that the annual tier two report has been completed and sent. They have received it, so. Okay, we talked about the SWPP, that's over with.
So we had a, I think, discussion last month about the water and sewer, and, I think the proposal was, or the recommendation was that, Apex put together a calendar for us, so we could check it all off, and I think everybody's shaking their head yes.
Yeah,
Did
see,
we
it's all
did we-
sometimes.
convey that to them? Did we send them a letter saying we need that?
Chris, did you talk to them about that,
Because,
about a calendar?
they keep missing, whatever the reason, over the last several years, we've missed testing. They blame us, we blame them. So,
Supposedly, when I talked to her, Nicole, this is going back a month or two, the last time we missed something, could have been longer than that. She said that they have calendars, one calendar at the water plant, one calendar at the sewer plant. Cause I asked that same question, how are they missed these yearly, monthly, whatever they are. But she states that there are calendars hung at both plants.
so we should be easily getting copies in for the committee members, and even the council members would check, right?
Yeah, well, there should be hung up, but yeah, we should be able to get them. I don't,
So we already have the information,
yes.
have you seen it?
No, I have not. I have not been at the water and sewer plant recently. Since I've asked. But I've asked why, if it's done yearly, that it's not planned out.
So, you know, it's like February, right? March, we did all these tests, check them off, and
I mean, we have a guy overcoming every
Yeah,
week,
Luke.
right?
Yeah, Luke,
Every
he
Friday.
comes 5 hours every,
Oh,
or 5 or
Luke
6
there
hours every
kinda
week.
doesn't do anything. I mean, so, and it goes along with having, on top of what Bob is saying, is like what Caleb would do, they would give us an itemized list
Right.
every month, and I know, I've tried, I mean, just give us an update on these things, and then lo and behold, we get forgot all the way up here north from them guys, and they, oh shoot, we missed the test. You know?
So if we have the information for the test, say it's over on the board or whatever,
Like a schedule, right?
schedule, we should be able to get copies of that.
Mhm.
But if they're still not giving us either a breakdown in invoices as you requested, do we have to send these guys a letter, email or whatever, stating this is required?
I mean, it goes back, Bob, you know, when we first got
This
these
has gone
guys,
for years.
we were trying to communicate with this lady, get
But
any information.
You talk on the phone and it's yep, and then it turns into no.
Yeah, like I was telling these guys, all of a sudden, you know, I'm asking to have everything for the cab, and at the last minute, they throw at me, oh, by the way, the trough needs to be fixed, and
Right.
I want all the customers, all 300, and then for a commercial. At the last minute, before we're pushing this cab,
Right.
she just throws things in to stall.
So I guess that's,
Problem.
right, I understand. So that's what I'm saying, do we need to write a letter sending it to Apex stating what our requirements are? And they shouldn't object because they're just gonna charge us for the time.
Well, shouldn't they have written one in the last, term of the council for the past 4 years?
Well, whatever, I can't go backwards, right? So, point is, if,
A lot of that was tried.
if this is,
We should send her our expectations.
that's my point.
Yeah.
So,
Should've happened when you hired them.
So that brings me back, has anybody gone over this Apex contract and made sure that these guys are still
Yeah.
operating within the contract? Cause it seems like every month we come in here and we're
It's
all
not that easy.
wondering if they're operating within the agreements of
it's
the
not that easy,
contract.
guys.
It's easy.
It's not, it really isn't.
I mean, if they're not and they're in breach of contract, has anybody talked about the next steps? Maybe hiring a different company or an individual as a
So,
certified
right.
operator?
That's
Just
a little bit of a
imagine
problem,
that.
nobody wants to touch us.
So.
Can you guys imagine why? I mean, like, what do you intend
Well,
to
our
do
system
differently to
is
stop
really old
this?
and it has
Like,
a lot of, it's not like a regular license, they have to have all these special licenses to be able to
Right.
do our plant. And like Bob's alluding to, you know, we can push and push, we have no other option, I mean.
they
we
got
should-
you guys by the balls because they know you're vulnerable,
Yeah.
and I film this every month, and
So
they
anyway.
see.
Right, so I think we all understand it. So the point is, let's just get a simple letter together stating what the requirements need to be, that we're adding on to them. And I don't know how else to do it, because we've talked and text and emailed, and it just doesn't go anywhere.
So.
Well,
we
I
should
was told
probably
pretty
have-
much that Luke just, I'm sorry for interrupting, that Luke just comes in and observes.
He doesn't do
He
anything.
doesn't really do anything,
He's supposed to do
So to
something.
me, it's
That's why he's here.
A breakdown of the cap hours versus the regular operation, right? And then
Yeah,
a
I
list
know.
of all the tests that we need to verify, all the requirements, not just testing, all the requirements that we have to turn in for the year. Get a calendar together.
So then if Luke just observes, then why isn't someone sitting there at the water plant on Fridays when he's up here?
I didn't know that, I just heard that today.
Are there any
I
other
was just
requirements?
Evaluating
today.
the plant, cause
I
he's,
was
Terry, you
told
have
that
anything that you're?
I'm telling you, he's
Mike?
evaluating the plant and
You
any
see
labs that are
Luke
missing,
hearing
anything
anything?
that's missing, I'm
Just
telling you.
a, I would say
Might wanna be there
a,
Friday with him,
a general
so whoever
walkthrough.
told you he's just
What is it?
observing.
Like
Like a checklist for
Yeah.
when they're walking?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
that
that's what
would,
it's,
that would work.
A checklist for when the operator's here, a weekly checklist?
A weekly
What has been checked?
I mean, for me, we gotta pull in.
Cause we
our
gotta sign,
operators
we gotta
that
sign
are
for their
workers.
hours. We have to
And
sign for
exactly
their
what
hours
they,
every month,
the
so.
expectations is there, then we
Right.
drop it, and then we send it, because
Right.
I don't know exactly what they do day to day after.
Exactly.
But
Right.
what is Luke's expectation?
I mean,
Other than hanging that license on the wall, which is all I know.
So I'll make a motion, we send a letter to Apex, have the secretary write it based upon the recommendations from the Water and Sewer Committee. And, that'll be the new requirements, I guess.
Yeah, so I wanna get a list of things that we're gonna.
I think you have a list there.
What we
What do
expect
you
You
got?
guys realize they could just tell you no.
I understand, but
but the thing is,
they
if it's in
bill us,
writing,
they bill us hourly.
I mean, we'll have
Right.
more to
So-
stand on if we get rid of.
But we still don't know even what for.
Right.
But the
That
point is,
license is the big
the
thing.
point is,
It
we
is.
pay our
Yeah.
bill, right? So if we're asking to do additional work, they should be able to bill us, and we should be happy, right?
Well,
It's not,
we've been
it's not
talking
like
about
we
this
have a
for
lump
over a
sum,
year.
it's not like we have a lump sum contract where it's, they're doing only this amount of work,
Right.
and then when we add to it, they gotta renegotiate it. We're still hourly, right?
As far as I know.
No. We ought to send
That's
this-
why I wanna see the uptick from 5 weeks
We
to
ought
4
to send
weeks.
it back to the committee.
To write a letter.
Have the committee come up with what we need.
Alright.
Yeah, that.
I thought it was a contract by hour.
We have a motion on the table, guys.
Yeah.
For Bob suggests that we write a letter to Apex and give a list of what we want.
I think it ought to go to the committee.
I did say in the committee
It
that,
is a committee.
Okay,
have Jennifer write the letter based on the feedback from the committee, and then send it to Apex.
okay,
I'll second it.
just a second, okay. Terry,
Yes.
Cindy,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Anthony,
Oh, no, that doesn't need a motion, it goes to the committee and then it comes back and then we'll make another motion on it when it's done.
So I'm just authorizing Jennifer to start the work for
Yeah.
that. Okay.
I don't think that needs a motion.
I would agree, except that it hasn't happened yet, so. So
If
if
you
we
heard anything, it can still come back.
Yeah.
allocate time to
Once,
it,
before it gets sent, we can,
maybe we'll have it done before next month.
I don't think a motion, I don't think that needs a motion, just because that it's going back to the committee. When it comes after the committee,
all
that
right,
needs a
let's,
motion.
okay, let's just say that it goes to the committee.
Just vote no.
yeah, just vote no.
If you don't
But
wanna
I
do
don't think it
it,
needs a motion at all, it has to go to committee and the committee brings it back to us,
And you said he doesn't.
and then we vote again for
It
it.
becomes the second time. So it comes.
We don't make a motion to send it to the committee.
It's just pushing. It should.
So you want me to draft it up, send it to the committee looks over
Right,
everything, and then they just
exactly,
bring it
that's-
next month?
That's why it doesn't need, it's, you just do it.
I believe that's the way it works.
all
I
right.
guess the point is, it's not
He
happening,
don't come out, and
that's why I wanna make a motion.
Cause when it comes back here, then it
Well, if we
becomes
make a motion, then we know it's gonna have to be done.
Exactly.
So you can either say no or
But it doesn't require a motion.
Well,
True, that is true, yes.
That's why.
Does not require a motion.
Just
You
don't.
saw him go downstairs
Okay.
today and I saw him.
let's
Rescind it.
cancel it.
Rescind
Let's
it.
agree on this,
Rescind it,
guys.
yes.
Come on.
I'm not rescinding the motion.
So
Let's
just
go
sending
through.
it to the committee,
All
the
right.
committee will bring it up.
All right, you're saying it doesn't need to go through Eddie, yes or no? To make a motion to send it to the committee.
Yes.
Thank you, no, I'll say yes, that way we know it's gonna get done.
Calls every time it's even slick from people saying so. Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
It's a free bad, but you gotta be a judgment.
Cindy, do you have anything else as far as water and sewer goes?
Did we get a roll call vote on
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What did it carry?
It went
5 to 1.
5 to 1,
Because you have
and
waiver,
Matt's is
I don't
absent.
and you have the small
So-
little dip.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
Or they, and
No,
let
not
me know
this
if they're
time.
opening
Okay.
down the road.
All right, finance and personnel.
I mean,
Plug it
the
card.
streets are basically-
Plug it application and credit limit.
I don't know why you do it.
We need a motion
We'll have to talk
for
about
that. We're gonna put a $5,000 limit on it.
But that's why I asked for that. Just to see what he's doing.
Do I have a motion?
What's the motion you looking for?
For the Plug It card
I
with
mean,
a
we
$5,000
don't
limit.
pay him, yes, but it's just so,
What plowing salt?
yeah,
When it's plowing, you hit the salt and then
yeah.
what's the thing?
So it's the application and credit limits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The application can't be put in until
I
you
would-
put an
But that's what
amount.
I'm
We have to
saying,
put in an
because if
amount.
he's paying
We're gonna say $5,000.
Mhm.
and then $155.
Do I have a motion?
That's
Mhm.
too,
I'll make a motion to set the limit
there's
on the
no-
plate card
No,
to 5,000.
you have to look back
Okay.
and some.
Do I have a second?
We did just push before.
I'll second it.
You know, so.
Okay.
Seen that.
That's a month, right?
When they first came,
Nancy's
first
absent.
trip,
Hold on, discussion,
that's not, you know,
what set the credit limit, I mean, the credit limit,
if you come-
what was discussion on the dollar amount?
I can't tell
Why
if
the
it's
dollar
down.
amount?
Why we picked $5,000
Right,
in
so
case
we
we
like to
have a
see-
bigger order that we need to have that amount.
Like if the Ford
It's
Tracker,
almost like I think-
yeah, is a good example.
I'll
Kind of thing, what's a good example? An unexpected, something comes up emergency.
Yeah.
And it has to be paid for before they,
there should be
Do
some
it.
type of fluctuation.
Don't most of our vendors, this
They do.
invoices
They
anyway?
do.
Some do. some won't take into
Some-
it.
Some won't
Yeah.
take though, yeah.
But most of the ones, the bigger ones,
Most
would take the big ones,
yeah.
except if you need to do turn a vehicle into some place and they won't accept the cards or won't take the tax-free, they won't go through all that. I'm just asking about why you determine 5,000 and not a higher amount or lower amount.
Because we might need bigger purchases as well.
What do we spend a month? What are you projecting we're gonna spend a month?
Not
Wait,
much,
I'm gonna say we-
because we use vendors mainly,
Yeah.
so they get paid by check.
I mean, we could always set it at 3 and raise it, and, cause,
No, you have to do a total in your application.
I don't know about that.
I mean, we can always quit.
I just leave it at
I agree.
Is that what we
Do it at 5, yeah.
are, you need it for something more and you can't at the time raise it.
Right. So do I have a second? Oh, Cindy, second.
Roll call.
Roll call. Mansell's absent. Terry?
Yes.
Cindy?
Yes.
Bob?
No,
Anthony?
no.
Eddie?
Yes.
Me, yes. Passes. Two and one absent. Okay. Oh, cause she's not here this month. Okay, that's the.
what's LEMC?
Local
That's
emergency
the
Emergency
Diana
management.
Beach.
emergency management coordinator.
Okay, recreation, anything?
Yeah.
I was here and nobody showed, so, do we have any, documentation for the recreation committee? As far as, records and stuff, what we've done in the past?
Recreation,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, I have all the documents from the park, when we did that in 2016. No, what was it?
kinda the same, you know, with the dikes and levees too, right? Is it, you know, you mentioned a map, but how about all the bid packages and stuff like that? Where's all this documentation? And like public
Previous
safety,
years.
Pardon?
Previous years.
so like,
Probably in a file
we're
downstairs.
starting
Probably
from scratch.
downstairs, wherever the files are.
I know, but,
Good luck.
yeah, that's my point, we're starting from scratch here, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
What are you looking to do?
Whose fault is that?
Well, I was, what,
That
what's the
is-
question?
Dikes, I gotta write a bid package now, right? Cause we don't have any bid specs right now.
Well, we had a
Well,
survey that
23.
came through, so we do have, that documentation. That
So who has
survey.
that? I guess that's
It
my,
got sent to us, also Jimmy Joe, so we could be able to email that, forward that over.
Where is
This
it?
has a map, shows everything, the ones that we failed that actually came, actually, it's on the DEP website, so that,
so,
but I actually have that as well.
so we had like, yeah, I'm not talking about the report. We had the flyer in the newspaper, right, that were going out for bids, right? For the actual cutting.
Yeah.
And then what the bid spec is, you might have helped write that a couple years ago, right? Or not last year?
Mhm.
I know we had a spec for that.
You guys had a meeting, I showed up, no one else showed up.
For the
I
dike,
stood in the parking lot for 45 minutes,
for the
When?
dike,
about 3 years ago.
for the dike, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I went on the walk with Gordy and, the guy that was gonna quote it and what he knows from the Army Corps. And it was, wasn't nothing written, you know, we just kinda walked through and he quoted it and it was way too out of sight, so we. But there is a spec, I mean, the only person I know to have it would have been Gordy.
So we have the ads then?
You might
That's
be
why I
able to go-
asked
You
if
might
I
be able to go
Cut your
back,
last two.
you might be able to go back and get those.
I guess where, I'm only looking for a needle in a
It
haystack. It
depends
might
on,
be easier to
yeah,
write a
it
new one.
depends on the paper where it was sent. If it was sent in a certain paper, we could easily call them up and they could actually send us an
Or
ad.
you can go to their website and look in the archives, because they keep all
Do
this stuff.
you have access to any of this stuff?
I can get access.
Alright. Cause I don't have
See
this
what we
stuff.
can put together
Yeah.
for all of
see what I can find.
I mean, every committee should be having this problem, right? Like,
Yep.
we need a binder or something that we just hand off to other committee members. For the Wesbers,
Instead of reinventing the
we're
wheel.
reinventing the wheel, yes. Do you know where that map is?
It's digital,
Digital.
yeah, so.
For the dike,
Right,
or the floodplain.
the entire thing. They sent us a pretty detailed report.
And that seems to change quite often. Every 7 years they change.
Something, but I can't make Friday.
Yeah, but there's dikes,
I think they mailed us a paper copy at one point, so.
it's, some spots we can mow ourselves, it's the steeper where we need. to
Okay,
set the
dikes and
water.
levies, we've done that.
Roads and streets.
Roads and streets, who's on that? Anybody?
I wasn't here at that one,
Was anybody here for it?
no. No, wait a minute. I may have been here. No one else was.
I think you were, nobody else was.
Okay, Shade Tree Commission? Nope. Public safety?
No, I was not, I was in Binghamton that night, so. But we will be having one on March 21st at 6 p.m.
So I didn't realize this, I read this after the fact there, that we're meeting monthly.
Yes,
Yeah,
Alright,
unless otherwise needed.
alright.
I was thinking it was weekly, okay.
No.
No, it's
And the ones that you
Third.
were on were all done for Friday night, cause that's what you
it's
requested.
the third Friday and the third
Sunday.
Sunday.
Okay. Alright, we're up to old business. Generator installation, status update.
Done.
Yep, completed and operational on February 11th, 2025. Maintenance and upkeep repairs by Hunter and Lawrenceville of Williamsport is who will be doing that.
Good job, council.
Only took 3
You should be
years.
proud of it.
Have you guys notified the powers that be that it's done,
Yes.
finally?
Mark,
Very happy.
Mark, Dan.
Yep.
Yeah, Frontier Fiber Optic. Did Jimmy Joe get back to you on that?
So it's still.
So hang on one second, sorry. So you said it was installed and then there was like a service contract or something?
No,
No,
this one out of Williamsport is who would maintenance if it needs to be, cause they are the commercial.
The rep or whatever,
mhm.
service? What was the name again?
Hunter and Lawson, Lomison.
Where'd you find them
They're the ones that got it running.
Yeah, the
Oh,
ones that
okay.
came up and got
at?
it.
That, yeah.
I can't remember.
Okay,
The fiber optics, did you hear from Jimmy Joe on that? Okay.
There was something about that. I can't remember what it was. He had some type of conversation with us. Let me see if I can find it. It was in an email. Here it is. I was looking here at plans. Oh. No, it's just that it says about a revised thing of plans.
Okay, so there's no update on
No.
that? Okay.
so is this still the fiber optic
For-
buried next to our water and
Right.
stuff?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Ryan Circle.
Up on Ryan Circle.
What are you doing?
He was supposed to get a hold of them to find out exactly what they were gonna be doing with their, where they were gonna be
Because they
placing
wanted
it.
to trench also another road.
Yeah,
But
We
our
weren't
water
too
lines.
sure about that.
right next to our water lines, and it was like, yeah, maybe not,
They do that and I'll put laterals on.
right? Okay, confined space training for employees, we can do,
Didn't know it was on there. I didn't know that was on there.
oh,
I was
okay.
finding out that earlier.
Yeah, they can do, we can have 4 people, all 4 of them do it, for $152.43.
online.
No, total, online.
That's for everybody?
That's for all four of
You guys
us.
know what you guys would pay when paying Cheesley's to do this?
So we need a motion
Yeah,
to approve this.
to
and get
approve
them
that, please.
When
That's
they,
only
I don't know how many
That's
times
only
we
for
had to
the
use it.
2-hour course online,
Yeah,
Yes,
I mean, I've just thrown out
so
ideas.
that's not the actual,
no. It's the 2-hour course online.
Yeah. So
we
we're not
can't
done
get
after
anybody
that.
to the
Yeah.
No,
actual
we're not
facility.
done,
Just the
this is
start.
just the course
There's air
online.
monitoring, there's emergency plans,
Mhm.
Right.
there's training for the
Mm-hmm,
emergency, right, so
There's quite a bit of stuff involved.
Right.
it sounds cheap, but then next thing you know,
Step by step.
right.
Yeah.
But this is just the first
and then you
step.
ask how many times we actually go in the holes like that, and it's
Yeah.
rare.
Right.
The flow meter's the only thing I was concerned about. We got that company to come do it anyway, you know, so. I don't
And then
know.
decontamination,
Mhm.
if you're coming up out of the manhole. We've looked into this one, it's, you know, we say our contractors are expensive, but then when you start adding it up.
Yeah.
And then you have to be certified every year,
And the equipment.
yes. So, I would challenge us to actually if we really wanna do it, put a full proposal together with all the bells and whistles and compare it to what we're paying Cheesley's or somebody else, and they're probably pretty competitive. If we were going in a hole every week or something like that, I could
Sure.
understand, but when it's once a year, sometimes twice a year,
It would be a good idea to do a cost analysis real quick. I mean, what is the total cost where we can just let the guys fly down there and they can jump in? Is that $3,000, is that $5,000?
for,
You know
What do you
what I
mean,
mean?
to
So
go-
how do we get
Yeah.
these guys, how much is it gonna cost us to get completely
Right.
certified?
from start
Right.
to
And
finish.
how long, cause they always have to go and do, renewals.
I can't get anybody to go in April, there's a class in April in Bloomsburg, it's $150
Right,
for
what,
them to do that, but no one's available.
right, but, I mean, what's the total cost for?
but even,
For
but
all
even
the
so,
volume and stuff.
but that is a good point.
Nobody's available.
Availability is important too, if they
Yeah.
can't go to the training courses,
Yeah.
then
Right.
Right,
Well,
you're dead in the water,
Right, you're
right,
done
so.
anyway. I would just like to see what,
to do
I don't think it's a bad
process.
idea, I don't know if it's a good idea either, but it'd be nice to see how much does it cost to get these guys certified to go down that hole.
That would be the one in Bloomsburg, they would be certified when they're done, it's an all day,
So
and
let's.
they're on
It's an
campus.
8-hour.
They're on
So
campus,
those guys can jump in a hole after
Yep.
this class for $150.
no, not this one,
no, that's what it was for
Oh.
Bloomsburg, yes,
that's per person, right?
yes.
Cause then there's rescue too. Air
A whole
monitoring,
different level, yeah.
Yeah.
Air monitor, we gotta buy the air monitors and
Mhm.
stuff. and I
Has to be
don't know. Gotta
certified.
be certified, it's gotta be calibrated, yeah.
OSHA paperwork.
Well, I mean,
Record keeping, yes.
So you want us to go ahead and just get a whole
Cost
entire
analysis
cost
I
analysis?
would,
Okay.
guys, I mean,
Okay, so
Bob
we'll
says, I mean, how
table
long you
that.
been doing the sewer plant, Bob, and have you
So
ever
that'll
done
go
down
to the
that hole?
committee.
Everybody cringes.
That'll
because
go
it's
to-
That will go
papers,
back to
time,
the
paper,
water
training.
sewer committee,
I'm
yeah.
ready. And they were just telling me about
Okay.
snow removal, it's still a nightmare when you start manning this up out here and completely fell on its schedule for us. We tried it, first time we didn't go on an overtime, we got about 50 calls.
It's,
I'm
Okay,
off the contractor if we can.
okay, PSAB annual conference, June 1st through the 4th, anybody wanting to attend?
Hold on, are you gonna make a motion to send that to the committee?
Did you not tell us we didn't need a motion before?
Yeah, I did say it didn't need a motion,
You did tell us
but
that,
then you made a motion anyway.
yeah.
actually, I made the motion.
I have it tabled until cost analysis is done, then give it to the committee.
I should do that then.
That's fine.
Okay, PSAB annual conference, June 1st through the 4th, attendance. Any member interested in attending? Hershey Hotel is full, and we need to find other arrangements for your stay.
Not saying, yeah, I don't wanna go.
Oh,
Yeah, crazy,
No.
crazy work.
So this conference will actually give you your training, if you haven't had any training before, this will actually give you some training.
Yeah, that's,
I had the training.
Yes, I think you went.
Well, I didn't go there, I had other kind of training.
Yeah.
Technology.
Nice to see it.
Maybe
It's the
send an
same
email
thing.
out to the council.
Yeah.
Maybe
If
send
anybody wants to go.
an email out, say, hey, you
Okay.
gotta know by whatever date.
Yeah, I think there's a timeline that the
Yeah,
last
it's
state called.
approaching.
No,
April 24th
No.
is the deadline.
okay, send an email out, let's see what they say.
Okay. So, printer purchase. For Penny's printer. We have the thing right here. Anybody wants to look at it?
Do you plan on using liquid fuels for?
No.
No, we are not going to use liquid fuels, even though she was told you
So
could.
you actually can use liquid
You,
fuels for.
you can actually
There's a
use
gray
it.
area for $1,000
Yeah,
a
for
year
$1,000.
for
Yeah.
training and equipment.
Right, right.
Hardware, software, and training for
Yeah.
$1,000.
But now we are not going to use liquid fuels.
Can we ask the cost of the printer?
I thought we've been through
$389.
this here, like,
It's less than
I feel like
$500.
last is
So then why
January.
is she using
That's
the
it, it's
printer
two or
in
three
Jennifer's
times.
office?
thought that was the whole point of having a central printer.
I thought this was discussed last month.
It doesn't feed when you're trying to scan things. She needs something that she can scan 40 or 50 pages at a time. With our audit right now, we're either gonna pay her to work longer or we're gonna buy a printer. And a printer is going to be cheaper in the long run.
You're talking about a
Rather
scanner
look and
or?
We need a
30,
printer
40.
scanner because number one,
That's
they
not
gave her printer scanner to the water and sewer guys because theirs
$389.
bit the dust. They didn't have a printer down there. They tried to repair it, get it
What,
repaired.
what do we have in the other room?
They have nothing
The
in there.
main printer.
There's a printer in there, but that doesn't scan as fast as the one we
It
need.
scans. I've
It
used
scans.
it. You dump a pile in there and it'll scan whatever you want.
Go to her computer.
It doesn't go, it's not hooked into her computer.
We'll just use Mac.
Log into the computer.
We're gonna get her the
Right.
computer,
Yeah.
or the
She can
printer,
print from
we're
it,
gonna
yeah.
get her the printer, or else we're gonna pay her extra, because she's doing it one page at a time now, back and forth. So
That's,
do you wanna pay her back and forth,
No, I
more
want,
money, or what?
I
Jennifer,
want-
can you teach her how to use that scanner so she understands how to use it? I mean, this is, you're gonna throw away almost $400. That machine is not difficult to use.
you put it in there, you hit scan.
I say we get her a printer.
Because she can't figure out the printer and scanner in there?
I thought she was the expert.
It's another
She-
thing to
yeah.
maintain, another thing to break.
That's not
Jennifer, are
criticizing,
you
she's not
capable to
here.
teach her how to scan in there so they're not throwing away $400?
Yeah.
Huh, are you? Then what's the issue here? If she is more than capable of doing it, why would you waste money when Jennifer can show her how to do it? And
Wait,
This
not
has been on the
wasting
agenda
money.
for 4 or 5
It needs to be
months.
taken care of so we can complete
doesn't.
the audit. It does, because
It doesn't.
I'm not going to do it anymore.
Okay, council,
I've
let's,
gotta work.
let's just draw it to a vote then.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay,
Tell everybody how you feel.
Okay,
we hear both sides.
Jennifer, can you show her how to use it for future reference?
Ready?
She
I make a
probably
motion
can,
to
but
buy the
That's
printer.
We're in a
motion
motion
on
right
the
now,
floor by
guys.
Cindy,
She should
Do I
get
have a
more per
second?
hour, if that's the
Terry
case.
seconding it.
Why is
Alright,
it
now
she being
discussion.
paid more
So
per hour
the point
if that's
is,
the case?
anybody can have a login to that computer that's directly connected to that copy.
And you're talking to the sharp copier.
Yeah, so then does she not know how to do it? Is that what it is? Is there a disconnect there, Jennifer?
I don't wanna maintain another printer. We
I
have
did
this one
wonder
here,
what's
we
on
spent
there,
a
so
ton of money
I
to
don't know if you can do
repair it.
checks, I'm sorry.
Probably can't.
It's a nice-
cumbersome. That's the.
I don't understand why this keeps going on and on.
Alright, we got a motion on the floor.
okay, we have a motion on the floor by Cindy, and
It
second,
just
So we're
shows
still
that she doesn't know how to use the machinery.
So she doesn't wanna share the
Basically,
equipment or
when she
anything, she doesn't
scans it,
share
when she scans it,
anything, so if she can't use that, then she can say, I demand my own, along with $50 or $35
You're up
an
there and you
hour.
scan it,
You
run it
can't
right
ask
to
her
the
to
map
train
of it's
someone
going to the
who's
her
making
machine.
more
You can
money
do that,
there.
right?
That's
on
not
the
fair.
computer. So if you can
Yeah.
scan, you can hit the docket, PDFs can be in your computer, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
And is it because it's just not math?
none of us are IT techs and we all
Right.
know
It
this.
also, you said about the checks, she can't do the checks on that one, because there's some type of holder or something, or for the checks on that, that was the other thing.
Then you
I
can
was
just
told.
buy the
Yeah,
holder, the
it's
holder's
special,
cheaper
yeah.
than the
Mhm.
printer. I work with these.
Okay,
Maybe
just
you
so I
guys should
understand.
hire a graphic design artist while you're at it.
And you wanna give our employees the tools to do the job. Okay, I mean, so-
They're asking for stacks this big of stuff that she has to print, and it's scan one at a time.
Yeah, I understand what she's, the
That machine
objective
doesn't.
is. So,
That machine has all the capabilities.
Jennifer, is that machine capable of scanning more than one document at a time?
Yes, I can answer that.
Okay, well,
It's not,
why do they not
it's
know
not
this?
checked, she cannot put the checks in there either.
Is it
They're not-
possible
they're
that
not
that could happen?
Well, how have we done in the past?
Not pay $35 an hour for a treasurer.
What do you mean, what have we done in the past? We haven't used that in the past.
Jennifer, is it
because we had
capable to
people
put the checks in
outside
that
the
printer to
building
print
doing
them?
I don't know.
She had her.
the one that
own-
she
had her own
used,
printer
right, it
before.
went over to the
She
Yes.
changed
sewer
the ladder
plant, so
too.
that's the,
Right.
okay.
Mansell tried to.
So we went
fix
down one, and we
No,
took
I'm
it
just
from
curious why
there.
Penny's not getting trained on how to use the printer, scanner, calculator,
Okay.
that's all.
Alright,
Doesn't even
I
have
don't know,
motion
Bob,
for it.
Anthony, you guys got any more to discuss? Any questions?
Can we set
concerns?
training up for Penny how to use this machine?
Okay,
All right.
roll call vote.
All right, Ransel's absent. Terry,
Yes.
Cindy,
Yes,
Bob,
No, because we already have a printer.
Anthony.
I do have a question on the type of machine this is.
Okay. Have you seen this?
So that's
I seen it, but, cause usually printer costs, the ink costs more than the printer itself,
Yes.
so.
well, it's a laser jet.
Yes, the ink for the laser,
Yeah.
the laser powder is cost usually
That's-
$350 sometimes. Yeah, it's pretty pricey, unless you're getting it from Amazon or someplace.
I get mine from Amazon, I pay $78 for 4 tumblers.
And where's this one coming from?
I don't know
Amazon.
where that came from.
No, the printer.
Amazon.
Amazon.
So it's quarter after Amazon. Okay, so we're still
Okay.
on you.
Then yes.
Yes. Eddie? Yes. Me? Yes.
Probably learned that Penny doesn't know how to operate a printer, scanner, copier today.
She's the expert in accounting. Yeah.
Oh my god. No, those need to go away.
Okay.
She's pretty expensive for an expert for you guys to table your treasurer reports. Numerous months since she's been employed here. Nothing personal, just business.
You know, can we just go through one meeting without everybody criticizing everybody?
If you guys did things this way, I wouldn't still be here.
Politics, it's just the way it
I
is.
know.
Alright, new
Okay,
business.
so what are we at
New
now?
business.
Yes, we're up to new business.
Nice.
Okay. Oh, this is website thing. Okay, we have website updating and changes. We have a credit of $700 to update LawrenceVillePA.com website with course vector, any changes to the site that we need to make.
The new headlines are already going out, so.
Okay. No, I mean, all of our documents are in there, right? We can scan along, getting the minutes in there. That's
Yeah.
what we can, and that's the big thing.
They're able to scan them in from the
Start
line.
doing
Yeah,
the
we're-
license
They're
and
the big
everything,
thing
right?
for me,
Yeah.
is the organization,
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
questions
That's where
we
you
get
can
for
send
them.
everything.
Okay, so let's back up. So who's putting the content on there? Are we doing that, or we're paying these guys to do it? Cause we done it
No.
both ways.
Both.
Alright,
Okay.
Right now, they're updating everything. Once it's updated, then I can go ahead and put the information on, or I can send it to them and they can do it within 48 hours.
okay, so like the minutes, the routine stuff you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay. So are we talking here, like, for these guys to do, is it like freshening up the website? Is that what we're talking about?
That, or anything, if you want new pictures or new updated information, anything, you wanna change anything, you wanna add the ADA button on it to be able to help the assisted, the ones that need this
And the
extra
price hasn't
assistance.
changed from last year, it's still the same
No,
price.
it's
so-
same. They said the new 700 will go in effect in November.
So that's like our year support or
Right,
something?
that's an annual fee that we
Mhm.
normally pay.
So we good on this?
And then I make a motion to accept the
The credit.
website updating with the changes.
With the credit and stuff?
I'll second it.
All right. Roll call. Ansel's absent. Terry?
Yes.
Cindy?
Yes.
Bob?
Yes.
Anthony?
Yes.
Eddie?
Yes.
Me, yes.
Is that Pennsylvania State Association of Boroughs?
No, this is another company,
No.
this is a,
This is WordPress. Of course, back there.
course
Course
factor.
factor.
Okay, so we're done with that one. Okay, diversified invoice for 2024 and 2025, $700 per year, total due is $1,400. They did not pay it last year.
What was it again, sorry?
Diversified invoice
Oh.
for 24 and 25.
So the treasurer didn't pay a bill last year? Is that what you're telling us?
Okay, so,
That was in February.
Yeah.
That was in February.
Doesn't matter, she was here in March, April, May,
What's
June,
the
July,
invoice for?
August.
Diversified, that's the
I know the billing, but is it for a monthly service or
Year.
for a service
It's
call?
for the
or-
year.
Annual, just annual
Annual
update,
fees.
annual.
Alright, it didn't say that.
So you
Okay.
sure,
Annual service.
I remember Penn York had a payment, they didn't pay it in 20?
They said there's no record of
No record.
payment. Cause I called when I got both of them.
Usually I don't think anything was approved, I don't think you guys even discussed it
I mean,
as
this is
council.
pretty, just like paying them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's a
one's
drawing.
passed, one's for this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's really online customer support. And maintenance and support, okay, really what you're paying for is the user website
The billing, yeah.
and their billing.
Mm-hmm.
And their support.
Right.
I don't know what choice
Did
we
I ask
have,
them
right?
why?
We don't, we don't have.
We got
yeah,
service.
we don't have a
But I
lot.
make a motion to,
That's,
It's already made.
it's already made? Somebody made a motion already?
No, not for that one.
Okay, then make a motion to accept or pay the diversified invoice 24 and 25.
Okay. You got that?
Discussion, anybody got a discussion on it, Bob, you good?
I did think, I thought it was paid, Penn York actually paid it in 24, but if they missed it, then.
I think.
Well, she called, and talked to him and stuff.
Terry second.
Okay, Terry second, all right. Roll call, Mansell's absent. Terry?
Mhm.
Cindy?
Yes.
Yes.
Bob?
yes.
Anthony?
Yes.
Eddie?
Yes.
Me, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So you actually prepay it, it looks like.
Yeah,
Looks-
looks like to me
Yeah,
too.
the,
February 25th to March 2026.
yeah,
And this one's 2024 to March 2025.
Mm-hmm.
But it was
Yeah,
due,
so that
it
one-
was due last year.
yeah,
Right.
February first of last year,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
due February of each year.
Can we also do a, I swear I seen that for, I've seen it for February last year. Just do a check of the old bills from that time frame. Just to make sure. I swear I've seen it, though it passed through here.
Okay, medical stipend amount. Employees. How much is to be paid monthly to the full-time employees? $200, $250.
And this is to go into the employee handbook, so
Yes.
that there's an actual amount in there.
Right.
That's another thing.
Working on it.
Be on the website.
We are
on the
working on that.
website, and it'd be helpful for everybody, so as part of that, be a real good upgrade.
It's being redone at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
It's
good.
getting tight.
it is. Yours is a little old.
Yeah. Yeah, that was.
A long time, 2018.
So I'm a little lost here. So are we changing the dollar amount or?
There is none.
Or
There
Sorry,
is none
service.
right at the moment. I mean,
So what's the policy then? For those who don't know.
The employee handbook does not say an actual amount.
Yeah, it just says they'll pay a stipend for medical insurance if you already have it.
And we have that situation.
yep,
Yes.
yep. Mike and, Justin both.
Yeah, I don't need to know names, so. Alright, so you guys review that with the, and they're wondering, they're asking you.
Full-time employees, yeah.
They're full-time. Mm-hmm.
Don't they already have medical?
They have to show proof that
They have showed proof,
They've
both
showed
of them have
proof.
showed proof, yes.
In the past, what did we pay? What were we paying?
I think it was
It was
250.
250.
And it was sent right to the insurance company at that point.
I would stick with the 250 then, I don't see how you can change it.
Is that where, the borough provides a medical insurance.
I don't think technically you have to unless you have 10 or more.
You have to have-
No, if you don't do the stipend.
Right. So 250.
250
Okay.
per month.
Do I have a motion?
So I make a motion to set the medical stipend amount for $250, and it's gonna be, so it's gonna be two things, hold on. So that's the first motion.
Okay,
The second motion, let me do this one first.
okay. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. Roll call, Mansel's absent. Terry?
Yes.
Cindy?
Yes.
Bob?
Yes.
Anthony?
Yes.
Eddie?
Yes.
Me, yes.
Alright, second motion would be, we're added to the employee handbook
Mm-hmm.
as $250, so it has clear reference, so.
Okay.
The motion would be, add that dollar amount to the employee updated and
Handbook.
present employee handbook.
Okay. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Roll call, Mansel's absent. Terry?
Yes.
Cindy?
Yes.
Bob?
Yes.
Anthony?
Yes.
Eddie?
Yes.
Me, yes. Okay. Okay.
County adopted, the deadline up door.
Do you have a resolution?
No.
We
This is the one we need to table,
Okay, we're gonna table that.
if that's what they need to do,
Okay.
you need to ask.
So you need a motion to table this? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Your options are to adopt
Based
Their
on Tioga
ordinance.
County.
or create your own.
Right.
Thought we already did that.
They
Outdoor
redid
lighting.
it, they just redid it.
They just did it like in the last month or two.
October.
Yeah, they reviewed it last year and they finally finalized it.
They just found out, she just got this.
What's that, I mean,
Yeah, it was done on 10/8/24.
what's been changed then?
I don't know.
That's the first I've seen it.
Cause didn't we sign that at the end there? There, and
I don't
the
know.
back page, the signature page or
Nope.
whatever.
That's all the
No,
commissioners?
That's all the
That's just the
commissioners
commissioners.
and the
Pretty
chief
sure
clerk.
we,
It's the commissioners.
maybe it was tabled, did we table it?
I think so, Bob.
We saw this.
When was this?
Yeah.
October.
No, that was maintenance that we did.
That was the main,
Mhm.
traffic
Highway-
light, traffic light maintenance.
We just did.
No,
that.
it was lights from the county.
We didn't do lights last year.
No, we didn't.
I could be getting
That
some
was year
from a couple
before.
years ago.
Yeah, it could've been-
It was,
That's
it was
what
year
we did.
before,
They come up with something every year.
and that is with
That's
how
Do we have
much
to adopt
money that you can use.
We have to have either, I think, adopt it or make our own ordinance.
Yeah.
Or table it and make sure everybody's thoroughly
That might be
clear on
better.
that.
Turn on
This was
red.
actually emailed to
County
all of us.
Street to
Yeah.
Main
I
Street.
hate that we can't
Oh,
turn
it's
on red.
horrible. And if you pull
So
too far
do we
ahead,
wanna
they
table
don't
it
recognize
until
you.
March?
You
Yeah.
sit there forever, you
Sure,
get back
guys.
up.
Okay, so
Well,
let's
give-
table it.
Table it,
We're gonna
everybody
table
needs
this?
to read it over.
Yeah, just give us
Yeah.
enough time to read it. I
Okay.
did read it online, but it's a lot more detailed
Look.
stuff in there, so. Have questions.
Has Jimmy seen it, our engineer?
No, probably not.
Well, we have him take a look at it. It's pretty technical.
Sounds right.
Yeah, it goes pretty good with lumens and people's houses and yards and
Yep.
streetlights and it's pretty detailed.
We wanna make them, do we table it already? or-
Yeah, we did.
Just
Alright,
let Jim
so
do it
that's
next week.
tabled.
Yep.
Let Jimmy jump to the hold of it.
When the ball field comes up, so now you start reading them.
Yeah, certain lumens and lighting and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody has any
Okay,
questions
that's
on
done.
this,
No,
send
we
it
just
through
say
email, cause there should be questions on this one.
Okay,
Which one?
If
Right.
we do end up going with this, there's probably another thing on the website of information. Just open it, so look, I'll read it.
mm-hmm,
It's basically about all the lights in town.
right. Mm-hmm. Okay, So state ethics financial report interest for 2024 public office, we have a couple people that have not turned theirs in yet.
Gosh darn it, you got me. Right here, I got
I'm
it.
not mentioning no names.
I got it. We get flagged here, called out in meeting, can't believe it.
I didn't
So-
say no names.
So this also has to be done for the prior individuals as well? So
Yes,
people
Oh,
that-
yeah.
Yes.
So,
You're on,
I'm not sure if they're on the list as well.
Yep.
right, right.
You have the form there?
I have an extra one, cause I brought my other
Cause
one.
it even says our employees. Has to do it.
Yeah, employees, so the new employees did it when they got hired, and then I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure they got it
everyone's done
again.
except, I've got 2 left,
Okay.
Mhm.
and that's everybody.
Okay, street sweeping,
Would that be Chris?
And they,
he
yeah,
did,
those are out
not
there.
him. Okay, street sweeping quote, MTWS, $175 an hour, or do we wanna pay the borough employees to do it?
This is liquid fuel money that you can't spend, by the way, in case you guys didn't know. It doesn't need prior approval from PennDOT or anything like that. You can use liquid fuel money to clean and sweep the streets.
Yeah, our work was beautiful, wrong with this snow removal.
Can I see the quote there?
It's $175 an hour.
How much,
Didn't you start cleaning them last
The,
year?
they start from the time they leave until they get finished.
is that just once a year or twice a year?
Usually
Once a year,
Usually in the
it's
spring,
in the
after
spring.
the snow's
What is
gone.
this, a street sweeper going for?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen
What
it.
was
And the
that?
state streets, not the, or the town streets, not the state streets.
What was the guy down in
Cause PennDOT does the
Is-
streets.
Ross?
do you have the invoice?
287,
That's
Years
submitted.
ago, I thought he was good.
and that's it.
NTSW,
Coneski.
Was that the,
NTSWA,
Is that PennDOT?
non-tier,
49.
no, non-tier
No,
solid waste.
no, it's a private
Sorry.
bid.
That's
oh,
it.
okay.
It's one that's done
What
it
was that guy
before.
we had
And,
down Blossom?
With the small machine that's in like the other towns.
Calvin
have.
Henry.
The machine
So that is a
some
regular,
towns haven't figured out.
they've done it in the
Yeah, they go
past.
with that little
They have a
machine.
regular street sweeper,
Okay, yeah, I've seen it.
they come all the way from,
Bloss.
is it Bloss or the other,
This one told me
Burlington?
That would be great.
Must be Bloss
and
then.
they charge for driving it here, right?
Yep,
Yes.
What were you saying?
yep.
There was
Sometimes
a-
they leave a lot
We
and then
have
they
years
stop when they get back.
out of Calvin
You take your stuff with them?
There was one,
No, I don't know what it meant.
A lot of times you don't dump it, whoever asked for it will fill.
I thought we did good, I thought I heard something good about that.
Is there a way they can give us a quote that's, like, a
Or you
finalized
just put it down.
quote, like their hours, how many hours they're actually gonna do?
Fill
Yeah,
Well,
so-
alright, so,
Maybe put it up to, an hour, that would.
I've kind of been involved with this in the past, it's heavily dependent upon how bad of a year it is for cinders. There's been times where we had them go over it 2 or 3 times and it just, even then looks terrible. So if it's been a light year. So that's why they quote it hourly, cause they don't know how long it's gonna take.
Right.
And sometimes you have to go over it a couple times and then you're up dumping too, wherever you dump them, so it's time, wherever you tell them to.
So we won't get a final price until they're actually done.
Right.
Right. Wasn't there another company that we used? Dane, was it Dane?
Dane, yeah,
Dane.
NTSWA.
Nobody else got that.
You've already asked for quote.
Yeah, they were.
And there is a,
That's
I think there's a deadline we're supposed to have it done by.
Yeah.
I can get you a
Well,
phone
last
number
year,
for contact,
PennDOT
and that's
didn't do
easy.
it.
We'll fix it.
So do we wanna make a motion
How do
on
we price
this?
this? So, an estimate. So it could be $175 an hour times, it could be say
Could be
16
10
hours the
hours.
most, we could probably, two days. Around what, $3,000? So that's pretty much,
I would say look at what we paid in the past, and that's probably, it's not gonna be cheaper than that, right? So. Look what we paid last couple of years.
Everything's expensive.
problem is, there's no end cap to this, there's no like, end number you could actually finalize with, it just,
Just depends on how long we have
Right.
to do it.
So the reality is, if it's crappy, people complain, and you gotta do it over anyway, so, you know what I'm saying? You try to shortcut it, but then
Yeah, cause wasn't it a couple of years ago they had to come back and do it because it was so bad?
They went over it several times,
Yeah.
it's that heavy, the machine
Yeah.
would not
Wouldn't
pick it up.
Yeah.
I remember this.
So,
And then left
why don't we
trail
just
behind.
have a end number that they can't go past?
I hear you.
60, that's like,
Your best chance is to see what we spent in prior years.
bad at math. Actually, that's less than $2,000, so $3,000 cap should be pretty good. If, I did 8 hours, so, but if we did 16, more, $5,000 should be a good end cap.
You gotta think too, when they're
I don't
driving
think they
back and
can
forth,
say
they're
that
paying
much.
for.
No, we
Right,
never
but
paid that.
that'll give us
No.
Hours.
cause you're voting on a number you don't have until it's completed.
Are you talking about the NTSWA quote?
This quote we have right here.
Is that the one? And
Yeah.
so they
Yeah.
start actually from the moment they
They
leave
leave the
Leave
plant.
their
and
building.
until
Yeah.
they return.
Okay, so that's even more than what I was thinking then.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
that needed to be,
I did say that.
And
But
those
yeah,
machines
I
don't
did.
do 70 mile an hour up the
No.
highway.
No.
This should be in the budget though, I mean, this should be
It
in
doesn't
the
take that long.
2023 budget. Yeah,
It's
what we
not,
spent
we
on
don't
the
put the
final amount,
centers down, we used to.
give us a good number of what the end number is.
That's just.
Four,
Last
four
year.
times 175.
We didn't do it last year.
No, they didn't do it last year.
And we
Mike
threw
did it
them
last
all.
year.
not all of
Mikey
it.
only did Main Street,
Well, hell no,
Oh,
I
no,
made
you're
sure
not.
because
I
PennDOT
I
didn't
like
do
the
it.
plan, I just, there's no
I'm not
end
kidding.
number.
That's the
For what?
So even if I do it in
4
4
hours.
hours.
I was able to do what I.
Authorize them up to a
When I
certain
go-
dollar.
when
So
I
I
had
do it from the.
And they just
Sunday.
leave when they're at hours.
I think it's usually on a 12-day
That's
shift.
awesome. That's what I said, $5,000 is a good
professional,
cap.
get liquid fuels.
4 hours.
To go with.
And 24 hours, that's
Yeah, I
counting
don't
the time
think
for
so.
traveling here.
Right.
I'd be
Traffic
surprised
back.
if they do it.
That's
So
2
even if you
days.
get an hour back, I'm just saying.
This way we're not, this way if they have to do
Yeah.
more, we're still within that number. But if we
Yeah.
say 175, we don't know where it's gonna end. But if we say 5,000, we know where that's gonna
And
end.
then go, and
Yeah,
then go
mine
right.
is
8
$2,000,
hours
you're gonna
is
say I'm
enough.
gonna run, we're
I'd
up
say
to $5,000
Not over 8 hours.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
if
If
you
I was
told
told
me
me, like, all right.
8 hours, I mean, you gotta the travel
doesn't take-
time is gonna kill you,
An hour each way.
Yeah, if worse.
But if this is,
because those machines
This is
don't
a
do
quote.
70 mile an hour up the highway.
No, don't they trailer them?
No, I think they tried
Or
it.
do we have
They drive
employees
them.
do it?
And I
we did
mean,
how much research?
Is it worth trying to
There's-
contact Dane to
Just
get a
shovel
quote,
it,
cause I'll
call
give you their
them,
cell
get
number
them,
to contact.
Are long haul.
townships that have.
We don't do Main Street, right?
No.
No.
Main Street, so it's really
These
good
guys are
over here.
friends.
It's just the
Do you want
town
another
streets.
quote?
Somebody would have to go to.
I don't mind the hourly, I just need an end.
You're never gonna get an end.
You're not gonna
Why
get
don't
an
we
end.
just say 8 hours?
No, no.
8 hours.
No, it could be more than that, but
We won't get it, we won't get it in for them, we'll just make it in. See, after so many hours, it's
Right.
done, and they leave.
That's
well,
what
we
we-
figured
we
with
won't pay
24
out.
hours, I mean, that's 42
No,
hours.
you're not, no, you don't have
It
24
doesn't take
hours.
that long.
Shouldn't take more than 2 days, tops.
I don't
Well,
even
2
think it
days
takes
is
2 days.
24 hours in a whole 2 days.
No,
We're talking like 8 breaks.
Like
Working
8 hours.
right?
8 hours. I don't think they've ever done more than that in this town. You don't see a guy here more than 1 day. And that was with cinders and dumping and stuff, when it was nasty.
and if it goes more, we just have to come back here.
I can't picture it. We
And the
don't,
fact, it's gotta be done, so.
Yeah.
we don't have the cinders we had in the past. They used the
Bakers.
cinder instead of salt, so you
All
have,
day long, and you still not.
cinders
A lot
on
more
the
dirty.
streets.
So we're going with 8 hours?
I would go
10
with
hours?
8 hours, that's an hour back, hour here, hour back, and 6 hours to do, I sorry, 3 streets.
Well, there's a state, Franklin, Center, Cherry, Mill, Ryan Circle. That's it.
Weaver.
Oh, James.
James.
Yeah, Ryan Circle Bees.
I mean, if they go with them, I mean, who's gonna lay out the streets that they gotta do with the GM to the contact of what streets that we want done, so they're not
We
going
can get
So-
rid
on
of
the highway?
So also, they're dumping, they're filling up water, they're
Yeah.
taking lunch, right,
Mhm.
so. It sounds like a lot of time, but it burns up quickly.
Yeah,
And they're dumping, we're talking about finding a good spot to dump, right?
Mhm.
Like
Chico.
potholes and water plants.
They usually dump in our lot.
Okay.
Or they can dump behind my building, because there's lots of poles back there.
Yeah, be nice to closer, that way they're not traveling
Yeah.
around, but I mean, think we gotta move on something here.
Yeah, let's go.
Well, if you gave them
So it's
8 hours.
10-hour day then?
Yeah, 2 days.
So, we're gonna commute 10 hours?
Hour back and then an 8-hour,
Millings and stuff.
10-hour
We're
day.
do 5 streets, right?
Shouldn't take that long.
Well, that should be enough time for you.
It would be up to, so if they,
Yeah.
if they whip through it in 3 hours, they go home and we're great,
Yeah.
everybody be
Right, they
happy,
make
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
But that's probably not gonna happen, so we'll say up to 10 hours.
up to 10 hours, yep.
Okay, then, make
Okay.
a motion to accept the street sweeping quote for 175 up to 10
Up
hours.
to 10 hours, okay. Do I have
I'll
a second?
second that.
There you go.
Mansell's absent. Terry?
Yes.
Cindy?
Yes.
Bob?
Yes.
Anthony?
Yes.
Eddie?
Alright, yeah.
That's
What did we table?
next.
We table something?
We tabled the Tiger County.
The ordinance.
Okay,
Ordinance.
yes.
No, ordinance, okay. Spring cleanup dates, April 12th or April 26th.
I'll say May 3rd.
They're the two dates you have written.
That's the dates we have. We don't have a choice. And how many
Do
dumpsters,
the
2
one
or
at-
3?
Do the one at the
We
end.
did 2 last
We
year,
did 2 last
and
year.
it went pretty well. And then-
We had one.
They had only one
26,
because
you said?
everything was all over the
That
ground.
was fall.
Oh, that's
April.
fall, yeah.
Okay.
Spring.
Okay.
3 was in the spring?
I think there was 3 in the spring.
Yeah.
So, just some commentary. The 2, I don't know why we do 2. It seems like we get most of the trash in the spring, and in the fall, you get like usually not much. So, yeah, you're doubling your cost if you have 2 outings. So to me, I think it makes more sense. Everybody's doing spring cleanup, get another dumpster then, and then forget the fall one. That would be my vote. Because
That's actually a good idea.
I've been down there and
Yeah.
nobody shows it. It's like, we pay the same amount in the fall as we do the
So get
spring.
3 dumpsters
Is
in
one
the
of the
spring and
dumpsters
you
gonna be for
dump your
electronics?
We have,
No, they don't do what they do is, they do metal, regular trash, and I think that's it.
This
They
guy
do-
out in Oakland takes it.
yeah,
There's a
somebody
guy
else
at
takes
the-
that.
Yeah,
There
people
was a
have
guy-
TVs and stuff, there's a guy in Oakland.
There was a guy at the
Because I
mall
took
too.
mine up there.
Yeah,
Used to
but
take
hot
it for
water
free.
heater, is that considered metal?
Metal.
That's metal.
Metal.
Yes, that's metal.
Typically scrap metal and trash.
And my brother-in-law will come and get
Okay,
it.
so what
So
day
So
would
you
you
want-
like?
I don't,
First,
I don't
let's
have.
determine the date first, guys.
Yeah, April 12th or the 26th?
26.
What day's,
Yeah.
what day's April? What day's Easter?
20th.
13th?
No.
20th.
20th.
It's the 20th.
20th.
And what we set for this one?
26th.
26?
12th or the 26th?
Like 20, yeah.
You
The
like
12th is
26th?
the Easter egg hunt of the library, so.
Okay,
Oh, that's
yeah,
right,
so
yeah, we can't do anything on
26.
the 12th.
The-
No,
the-
we're all
Yeah.
set with that. So,
So we're gonna get
good job.
From what,
Two
6 or 8 to noon or something?
8 to 1.
8 to
Is that
1?
what we did before?
That's you
Yeah.
about it. So what's the date?
April
26th.
26th, 8 to 1.
And we can put that communication on the bottom of the water.
Oh, is that
Do you want 2 dumpsters and a metal dumpster?
You're
Sounds
gonna use
like-
metal, you're gonna
Is
use
that-
Sounds
metal.
like you wanna do it.
Yes,
Because people are hoarding their
Hey,
stuff.
Bob,
until
that's
they're
what you
ready to get rid of
suggested,
it.
2 dumpsters
Right.
and a metal dumpster,
Anthony's
right?
been hoarding stuff.
I got rid of, finally got rid of my stove, so.
The little man
Okay.
around
So
again?
we need a
Can I
motion
get a
for that?
motion yet
Justin.
for that?
How many did we have last time?
Go
Was
ahead.
it 2?
Yeah, I make a motion to set the spring cleanup dates for April
2:30.
26th, 8 to 1.
I second it.
Dumpsters.
Yeah, whatever dumpsters.
2 regular
Okay.
dumpsters and 1 metal.
Second
Right.
2 regular and 1 metal. Okay, do
I
I have a second?
second.
You second it?
I seconded it.
Okay. All right, roll call. Mansell's gone. Terry?
Yes.
Cindy?
Yes.
Robert?
Yes.
Anthony?
Yes.
Eddie?
Yes.
Me, yes. Impact fees. Okay, there's a paper for that, yes. Okay. Okay, on
This is
impact
what she
fees,
asked me.
okay, yeah, $17,163.12 from 2024, received in 2024. Do we wanna pay a portion to the fire department or leave it in the general? I don't think we could, oh no,
That's what she asked, I don't know.
the fire department or the police department, or leave it in general? I say we leave it in general, so we can use it for a bigger project.
missing the context here, so,
We have $17,163.12
yeah,
that we got
Fees.
in impact fees in 2024. And it says, do you want a portion to pay the fire department or the police department, or leave it all in the general fund?
typically all unspent funds just go right into the general.
Yeah,
And then we pay them out of that anyway, so
Yeah,
it's
that,
kind
so
of
we just
redundant.
wanna leave it in
Yeah.
there. Oh, this was just what's on my agenda, so. Okay, so we're gonna leave it in the general. Okay. Do you need to vote on
I
that?
don't think we do.
We don't need to vote on that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Cause it's
we should
equal,
be
just
okay.
leave it into general. Okay, CoStar salt contract for
26.
So, apparently we are gonna be buying a salt spreader, that was on the one, ARPA thing, right? And they wanna know if we would be interested in getting salt from CoStars. You have to buy at least, it's 2 ton, I think. Isn't
I
that
don't
what she
remember.
told us?
Is it bag or is it gotta go in?
You want me to
I
see
see.
salt?
No, it comes in a
No,
dump truck.
it comes in a dump truck. You have to get 2 dump trucks full.
Well, they're
Two-
small dump trucks.
2
they're
ton
only
is
2 tons.
2 skids,
Yeah.
50 pound bags or whatever.
Yeah,
So
It's
that's,
2,000 pounds.
So maybe,
Is a ton.
2 tons would be
Yeah,
the,
okay.
a little dump truck like the one we have.
well, she didn't know how much we wanted to do because we're still under contract with them
Until the end of December.
end of December.
Right,
But you
but I
have to
mean,
order it by March 15th if you want it. So she didn't know if we would wanna start small. Or,
so where are we gonna store it? It has to be dry.
Has to be dry, yeah.
that's true. That's what,
so you either have to have an undercover or you have to have it tarped really well,
Yeah.
which means you have to have a bed for it to lay on.
Yeah, cause it absorbs moisture from the ground. Or the air.
You'd have to have
There's
something,
no
you'd
other
have to
purchase
have a,
times, that's the only time?
between January 1st and March 15th.
Anything else?
And CoStar is gonna be the cheapest anyway.
Yeah, to get it.
yeah, but how much,
So how much would, yeah, that's true too.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because if we do something, act too fast, we could ruin this and lose all this money.
So do you wanna wait and just have it,
How much we
we get
talking
it
here?
next year?
the minimum she's saying is 2 tons.
Yeah, a
How
dollar,
much?
$75 a ton, right?
oh,
Yeah.
$150.
Yeah,
Tell them
that's
you
it,
feel.
that's quite
That's
cheap.
not bad for 2
No.
tons.
Because
Isn't
it's
that what she
CoStar.
told us, 2
Mhm.
tons, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
$75.
So the issue is where to store it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, too bad with that,
Well, we can hold off until
Which
next
is a big
year,
issue.
cause it comes
the
back out
silo
on
we have down there
January
with
1st.
the
Oh,
salt
yeah,
in it.
well, it comes out in January
Yeah.
1st.
Yeah, again,
Oh,
You couldn't
yeah.
store it in there.
that you can order it for the
Yes.
following year.
Oh, forward.
10
You know what I'm
pound,
talking about?
But
yeah,
we're
That's
gonna be
what
covered for
that's
most of
for.
winter anyway.
the bottom third.
Well, not really.
Too
Yeah,
bad we
because-
couldn't use that.
Chris, aren't we
December.
contracted with them until the end of December, right? Of
Well,
next
at least
year?
use the silo.
November, I think is.
Oh.
Yeah, we gotta have a new contract again at that time.
Right, so,
So what's the plan? The plan's to, the borough to pick this up and salt and,
I think the issue is you gotta figure out where you're gonna store it.
Right.
If you're gonna be in the salt spreading business, you gotta figure out where you're gonna store the salts. Which was,
I can tell you, well.
I know Mansell and I have
we
been
tried
around this,
before,
but the
it
issue
was
is,
a nightmare.
you gotta keep it dry,
Yeah.
and we don't have anywhere to put it.
And the first time, one of our employees don't go out and salt those roads, I guarantee it, we'll be lying down here like Ken Leon was screaming at us because we didn't do it. And as soon as Mike don't come in or something, or that guy's getting overtime.
Not
or
only
the
that, they
truck
call
breaks
off
down,
sick,
I'm telling you guys,
Or if the truck fails.
I get it's a little pricey, I'm looking at this, but I'd have more quotes, and if it was up to me, I wouldn't do it.
okay,
That's my opinion,
Yeah.
you guys, I'm telling you guys, you don't want this headache.
so the perfect example is the salt, right?
Yeah.
You go, put it here somewhere, next thing you know, you're gonna be telling me, let's spend $20,000 on something
The truck,
to
you know,
keep
or-
it dry,
Yeah.
right, or more. $50,000 for a garage to store our
Okay.
Just the
$200 worth of
parts
salt.
and all the things you gotta replace with the spreader, I mean, there's so much to it. And, I mean, we tried it, Paul tried it, we did give it a good college try, but it turned out failed like the second weekend of the snow. It failed miserably, then we tried to correct it again, and, somebody slid off Weaver Street halfway down, and then they were here, about 10 guys wanting to kill us.
Okay.
And with this, what we got, I'm not saying we don't go quote and try to get other people getting cheaper and
Right.
maybe develop something like that, a backup plan, that we don't have to worry about it. When the state comes out, they come out, and if they don't, they have the problem. They have to pay for all the maintenance and all that stuff, and they have to do it. We just gotta watch them overdoing it, right? That's the big things like I just come talking about. I got the bill and I'll make sure of that.
Yeah.
But I mean, we put it out for quote for 2 years in a row. I think we need to continue to push that quote to drive down our prices. There's other people that salt and snow.
Yeah,
I mean, they're a dime a dozen. Can't believe we're the only one that we got was first choice.
Yeah.
There's a dime a dozen out there.
So,
We definitely don't want AJ Leonard out here with
we
his
don't want this
tractor,
then.
right? We're not going that far for $10
Not
a
this
load.
year.
Okay,
Nope.
not interested, okay, that's fine.
I mean, you're not trying to shut it all the way down.
No.
I think we need to really look into like Bob says, the cap of it all.
Okay, so. Okay, Tioga County Association of Boroughs meeting March 20th, Thin Line Tavern, Mansfield, 6 p.m. Social and dinner at 6:30, cost is $24 per person.
You said thin line?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Huh? Don't know what it is, you never heard of it.
It's where, Tango's used to be.
Yeah,
By your Apollo,
Mansfield.
by your
Main
Apollo.
Alright, sign me up for that one.
I'll go too.
What are they gonna discuss?
Who knows?
Does
Does
their
not
guest?
say, does
Or
not
their
say,
guest is?
no,
Hold on, your guest is Dr. Gretchen Seacrest, Commonwealth University. The importance of community partnership.
okay, so Anthony and March 14th.
March 14th.
Oh, no, wait.
No, March 20th.
March 20th, RSVP by March 14th. Okay,
So they have to take a checklist.
okay, where's the
That
resolution? You got, is that in it?
resolution?
All right.
One person.
Yep. Tip in on that.
Okay, resolution 2025-1 stock sale. This is requested via computer share to proceed with the library stock sale between Marathon Oil and ConocoPhillips. Need a motion to transfer the sale of stock.
I'll make the motion. I don't have a real
Yes, I
choice.
don't.
No, we don't have no
No.
choice.
No, I was
We've
gonna
already
say.
done it. So, okay, do I have a second?
A second.
So discussion, is this stock that we own,
This is libraries.
Libraries,
library stock,
Mhm.
okay?
Yeah.
And we thought everything was taken care of, but they want this resolution to be able to process those split shares. Yep.
Because Marathon Oil is bought by
by
ConocoPhillips.
ConocoPhillips,
So
so
they have to be
they have to be traded over.
traded
to it.
over to ConocoPhillips stocks.
We didn't
So-
have the original certificates.
So the words we're using are transfer sale. So are we selling it, or are we transferring
It's
from one?
It says transfer sale of stock.
That's their way their resolution
That's the
came.
way they did it.
Good. So we're still owning
Yes.
the
We're
stock,
just- Yeah,
Yes.
it's
transferring
just
the
going
name.
from Marathon to
Name is
Conoco.
changing.
Just a name change, basically.
All right.
Okay, do I have a motion?
We
Yes,
did,
you
it's
made
all
the
done.
Oh,
Yeah,
Just
we're in
gotta
discussion,
vote.
now we just go
Yeah.
ahead.
oh, Jesus, I didn't even,
Right, we got you, don't worry about it.
thank you.
Relax, Larry.
I'm learning it, I'm getting
We're
there.
good. We'll keep you on track.
Okay,
Roll
so,
call.
roll call, Mansel's gone,
Yes.
Terry, Cindy,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Anthony,
Yes.
Eddie,
Yes.
me, yes. Okay. Motion
This-
accepted.
this-
Okay, visitors open forum.
Oh, hi.
Hi, Adriana, how are you? You look tired.
The only question, I know you guys didn't approve your treasurer's report tonight, but do we have a balance on the liquid fuel fund?
It was in there.
Yes, we should have that.
Hold on. Balance.
You should have gotten a deposit in the last couple of days, so it may not reflect that deposit. I just wanted to talk about it, because I wanted to make sure everybody was clear on like what you can use that money on.
16,000.
Like cleaning the streets and stuff like that.
Right, right. Right now, it's going for our snow removal, for the most part.
Anything like infrastructure like that related, I think it's important to talk about this in front of everybody, that those funds are there,
I
like,
do want you to know, though, that we did have emails where she was told that she could buy a computer.
there is that $1,000 gray area, like that Anthony and I were talking about.
They already said that.
It's a gray area, I mean, like, if you get audited, did you print a bid on that printer? You know, like, it's silly stuff like that. Is $300 and some purchase worth having to respond to an audit like that?
Yeah, they'll have to take it again.
But I asked, and I ask about the fund, because, you know, the cold patches, you know, that stuff, all of those things can be paid for out of that liquid fuel fund. I just think it's important to talk about.
The cold patch was paid out of this.
Yeah, we did that before. The lighting on the streets, you know, any sign repairs, stuff like that. So it's just important to make sure everybody's on the same page on what that fund can be used for. And I think it's important to mention to contact PennDOT. They've got representatives to double check your work and make sure that you're within the guidelines.
I think the comment here too is that we should be prioritizing those expenses for the liquid
Absolutely.
fuel.
That money comes from the
Because
county every year.
Otherwise, we're using taxpayer dollars.
Right,
Thanks, Bob.
well, right now it's being used for the snow removal. That's where most of it's been going to. I do know that.
I'm gonna ask again next month for an act because the deposits would have been made for March. So just heads up,
Right,
I'm gonna ask you next month what the balance is.
okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you.
Adriana, what do you need? Oh, anybody else? Lucy?
Just a reminder that that sign at the end of the town that has all the businesses on it is in a right of way for the Wolf Brothers, and, you know, they're still not
Needs to be removed.
moving that, but that sign needs to be removed, otherwise it might just get plowed over.
We gotta talk about that then.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
there's gotta be an agreement, right?
Gotta be.
I mean,
There is no agreement, it was a gentleman's agreement, I've mentioned that before.
we don't need to get snippy about it, right?
Yes, I do.
Well, then that's why no one listens to you. I mean, so the point is, we don't just put signs in people's yards. There was an agreement at some point in time.
There was a gentleman's agreement.
Well, either way, it's still an agreement. Do we have any documentation from a borough standpoint?
Because I can
Anybody know?
Lucy, is that your property?
Because we got a sign on Main Street that's in a gentleman's front yard, and we got a sign down here that's in,
Bob,
the natural gas company's lot, right? So
what do you suggest we do with it?
I'm asking if we did our homework as a borough. That's all I'm asking. And you're getting snippy about it. I don't understand why.
But she's the only one that knows what's going on. None of us were here when those signs were put in.
That's why I'm asking.
And she's saying she has no documentation.
That's why I'm asking this group.
Why would we know?
Claim to know everything about the borough.
You were here longer than the rest of us, I was hoping you knew the
I've been
answer.
here 20 years.
So is it gonna be removed?
I gotta remove it.
Has to be removed because it's right away. They're gonna be putting.
But she makes it sound like they're gonna bulldoze it, which,
Can we just
They'll
go over there
take it
then
out.
with the
Yes.
We can just take it
chainsaw
down
and
cut it
Just
off.
take
cut
it
the
down,
wood
you
off?
guys wanna salvage it or not, take it
Yeah.
down.
Where's the
I don't know.
So
what
where are
to
you
do,
gonna
where
put
we're
the-
put it.
No, the
Out
question is
back
where,
here.
where do you want it?
We'll just bring it
If you
back
wanna
here.
salvage it, where are you gonna put it?
so on when you come into town from the west side, there won't be a welcome to Lawrenceville sign, is what you're telling me.
Right.
Now let's make a deal with
Yeah.
somebody else.
No.
Make a deal with the Wolf Brothers.
Or
Maybe we can just move it 6
maybe
inches.
Phantom
6
Fireworks
feet
will
this
let you
way.
put it in their
If you
thing
move
there.
it, it'll be in the township.
It is in the township.
It is in the town.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, they wanted to move it more in the township.
Well, I think the issue is it's in the right of way, which
Right of
I
way.
did find the right of way.
How far in is it?
Okay,
in the
so-
right of way?
So I just asked that, do we have any documentation? And you said, yes, we found some documentation. Can I get a copy
I
of
mean,
that?
anybody talk to the
Wow,
Wood
she
Brothers
found-
about it?
she found
I
the
have, I don't have
right
a copy of it,
It was
I
at
just
my
have
house.
what the computer gives me, unless you wanna pay
What's
for
that,
it.
the Wood Brothers?
Yeah, the one right
The
by
borough's gonna
house.
pay for it.
Pay for
We need to
what?
know where the right of way is.
Pay for
Maybe you
what?
can
What are you
ask
gonna
them
pay
and see
for?
what they think
There's
about
nothing to
doing
pay
it.
for.
Are you
Except to
listening?
take the
She
sign
just
down.
asked,
I mean,
she
they're
just
the
said,
property.
she found the map of the right of way.
But it's,
I have a map stamp
the
of the right
whole
of
thing
way.
is, it's not on borough property.
Right.
Right.
That's the bottom of the whole thing, it's not on borough property.
But it's the borough sign.
Right. We just gotta get somebody out there.
So you want it removed?
It needs to be removed.
It's not mine anymore, it's the Wolf Brothers have the right of way there, it is on our property. Okay, but they have a right of way on that piece of property. And I mentioned it last fall and said, you know, take it down or, you know, whatever. If you wanna salvage it, take it down and put it someplace else. And there is no contract. It was a verbal contract. It was, hey, you mind if we put that sign up there? That was probably 20 years ago, 30, I don't know. I don't think I'm pretty sure, I know there's nothing in writing.
Right.
We said, sure, go ahead.
If I remember right, the
11.
businesses paid for advertising on that sign.
What's that?
The businesses paid for the advertising on that sign.
$200.
They
You
paid,
put your
they
name on
paid
it.
for the sign that was put on there. We didn't get the money, Cleo, if that's what you're implying.
That's not what he's implying. He's implying that they had
saying that.
paid to advertise.
I just said it's, the businesses in
I
town
can get it, take it.
paid to have their advertisement put on that sign.
That's right, and the borough got that money.
So go ahead, just cut it down.
We just need to cut it off and.
But the point is
We'll
now
just-
that,
Lucy, we'll get it out of there,
Oh my God.
so.
This is a lot of conversation about nothing, just.
well, then go do
You're
it.
just saying, you're just saying.
Cut the rest of them down too. Right? You know, I mean,
Oh
that's
my
just
God.
showing how,
She's just
that
trying,
just
she's
shows
just
how irrational
saying
you
she
can.
doesn't own that anymore and
No,
somebody
it's
else
just
owns it.
a reminder is all
Yeah.
I'm saying to you, that's all.
Okay.
So, okay, so any other questions?
Not a motel.
So I'm gonna ask again, speaking of cutting things down, we cut some trees down on the west side of the ball field, okay?
Yeah.
And I've asked this 2 or 3 times now, and everybody says, I don't know. Are we gonna pursue figuring that out? Because my understanding is that was on private property, it was on borough property that we cut those trees down. Okay? And you know what's gonna happen in the spring, the chainsaw's gonna start up again.
Yeah, we better find that out. Is it Amy's or is it the ball, our field?
Okay?
It's on the other side.
That's
of the
why
fence,
we have
right?
agreements, that's why we have deeds, that's why we have maps, that's why we have right-of-ways, right? These are
Yeah.
all agreements.
I mean, it was all just a conversation of where that line is, like the trees over or back. I never saw no official documentation. I mean, Amy came down there
Just
one
did
time
it
and
on
swore on it,
Sunday.
that it was hers.
Recommend a survey, an actual physical survey.
There's a website that calls it,
There's
no,
no
for
for
sure,
sure.
it's gotta be state, right?
GIS.
It used to be the school.
There's the
Yeah.
The
GIS.
GIS won't stand
But
it
it doesn't.
It's a, it has to be an official survey.
Yeah.
You gotta
So
do
Like
that in
Cunningham,
Hallsborough,
and they're
right?
expensive.
So I gave Penny a quote for the survey people, so that's, I don't know what the price is, I sent it to her a while back ago, but, that's
They're not
something you can
cheap.
actually look
No.
up.
I got no one
It's
that's
actually
doing
people
it.
from Wellsboro,
Cunningham.
it could be.
Yeah.
So I've just been-
Wetmore and there's kind of.
Wetmore is local.
Wetmore, I think is cheaper.
But that's something
He's
we'll do,
retired.
cause you actually need a physical survey, so.
He's retired. Zach
But
Flowers is-
there's gotta be
There's nothing
some
here.
documents at the courthouse, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there's gotta be a plot plan. There's
plot
gotta be
plan.
a survey.
Maybe there's some stakes out there where you could just, another
Try to
type
find
to
it.
find.
Have
The
you
issue is
filed?
typically you can't find the landmark.
Do we have a file of this?
Why don't you check with Amy, cause I'm pretty sure Amy has a survey.
My agenda.
Don't we have a file?
Anybody know good
Amy,
logger, they
please?
got an app on their phone.
Is there
they
any
pay a
other
lot of money for it.
questions?
And I'm telling you, check
Yeah,
with
they made a
Amy,
big chunk of
they're
change.
her trees, she has a survey.
Well, I,
For the entire property, cause you don't wanna make a mistake as a logger. They have, some roads a lot more expensive than my road,
I mean,
that's
the
much
guy that
better.
it wouldn't matter.
Is there any other
It's
questions?
close to mine, but better.
Okay, I do have something I wanna say. Angie, you asked on your last thing at the beginning of February about what my agenda was.
Yes, ma'am.
From being on here. I only have 3 things.
Okay.
It's to get DEP and EPA, everything done that we can possibly get done. 2 is to get the audits done so we can apply for more grants. And 3 is to apply for those grants. That's the only agenda I have. There's nothing else, you know, I just wanna do what's good for the town. So, I don't
Thank you for
own
sharing.
anything,
Thank you for
don't want
sharing.
anything.
Sadly, everybody says the same thing, and what I keep getting brought back to me from public comments that are private because people won't comment publicly, they're afraid of retaliation, is that, again, you're, third, fourth president now that I have met just in my time here, and we still don't see things getting done. So actions, obviously will speak louder than words, and I look forward to filming, everybody cooperating and working better. We've got the generator going. This has been an ongoing debacle. I would call it a debacle since I started filming. I think that's momentous, and you guys should be really proud that you have completed that, and that there are no more civil penalties, fines, just over an uninterrupted water supply. Something that sounds really simple, but I just watched more than 3 years take to complete a project. I think everybody's looking forward to an election year again, which is silly because why would you? And I hope that people want to run and want to do this. Sadly, what gets brought to my attention the most is you guys' body language about how you don't want to be here. People from out of state message me and they're like, what are you doing? What are you doing here? Who ran? And did you choose this? Because your body language while you're here performing your duties says you don't want to be here.
Well, actually, I do want to be here.
That's very subjective.
Yeah.
That is what people see.
But that's very subjective.
That's what people see with you guys.
I think that, we've come,
I can't see
we've
it.
come a lot in the last year,
Did you find a welder?
To go back on the comment, the fact is we're in politics and everybody's gonna have these comments no matter what we do.
Right.
We're
And I don't
volunteers.
generally pass them on.
At the end of the day is I could tell you in the 4 years that we've been here, even prior, we got a lot done. A lot of things are done that people don't see.
So
This
it's
is
a lot of
only
work.
the tip of the iceberg, this meeting,
What are
the
you
tip
talking about?
of all the things that we do.
So here's the
Right.
challenge, everybody sees, you gotta run the place.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
business.
Running the place is the hard part,
It's the hard
and then
part.
you got all these projects,
Right.
okay? So everybody just takes it for granted that the place is gonna run by itself. It doesn't. You gotta meet monthly to go through bills. That takes 2-3 hours, okay?
Well, I
I
don't
can
think
tell
you
you,
realize how
There's a
much
lot of
little
behind
things
the
that have
scenes
to be
stuff.
done too.
It's just
I'm
like-
here to give the public the opportunity to see those things, and you guys don't want to agree to it. You fight me with audio, you fight me with the video. This has been a constant battle.
I
Hold
don't know
on,
if
but this
that's-
for me to provide the public with information, you guys don't have to make it easy,
I understand,
okay?
but it's here, right?
You don't have
So-
to make it easy. No, but I've got people touching it and other things going on. You can't touch my equipment. Like, you just can't. There's legal things that happen here, okay? And I get that it's a very small town and maybe not everybody is educated. But what they see is you guys trying to stop the flow of information and access to information, which is all I provide. 99% of my questions are not my questions, guys. I don't live here. Nobody asks me what I spend out of my pocket until I get invited to the library. And the library actually says, what are you doing this for? You don't live here. What do you guys think I do this for? What do you think I spend my money on to be here for when I don't live here? It's not my politics. It's not my government. I don't vote here. Why do you guys think I'm here?
Good question.
I ask myself that every month, and sometimes 3 times a month when I'm driving down here nonsensically.
Like, if you go up to Nelson right now, Elkland, I talked to the mayors and all that.
I'm
it's an
invited to
absolute
go there,
nightmare.
but I drive here.
Glasford.
I drive
We
here.
all have our own
Girls that are being live
challenges.
streamed.
We have our own.
You guys are not alone.
I talked to Dave Wilcox. I mean, we're not.
Yeah, I see Dave and talk to Dave all the time.
The fact is that it.
You know, we're doing the best we can. That's all I can say.
I like to think that that's true, but what people see that are third parties that are not me that come back with feedback, I don't know. I don't know why you guys wouldn't watch my videos. I don't know why you wouldn't look at the comments. If I were in your
I watch your
shoes,
videos and I hear
you
your
do.
comments.
You do.
I do.
You do.
And
And you
I
comment.
do. I don't comment back
I
on them
get too
because I
stressed out
don't
to
want
do
to get
social
into
media.
fights online and stuff.
That's not
All
what
I
my
can do
platform
is
is
say
for.
that I know that I'm doing the best that I can. I walked
Sometimes
into
that's what
this.
you have to do, your
You
politics.
know, I've talked with Barry, I've had a long conversation with Barry on things. I've talked with Chris, I've talked with other people. All I can do is try.
I mean, I
Well,
can stop
and as
coming,
far
but
as
if you
anybody-
guys, if you guys handled business on the up and up, I wouldn't have to be
Well,
here.
why do you
Your
think
people
it's
would
not
have.
being held
Do you
up?
have any remorse for letting people pass a motion that says the borough can't have a Facebook page? Because that's what started this, was a Facebook, an unofficial
Who said
private
that?
Facebook page.
That happened under Gordy.
Yeah, I voted yes to it, here's why.
Remember?
Do you have
So you're
remorse for
all-
that $700 and some dollars for a
Right,
webpage
but
you
that
probably
was not-
don't
that
need?
was not us.
So,
No, but it was borough
Most of
council.
the people sitting here, it was.
Have been on this
It was.
council
So-
throughout that
so
time.
hang on, so hang on. The issue is, that's a public thing, right?
Not the
So-
one that was listed on the county website that I went to the commissioners meeting and politely asked them to take down.
Facebook,
Correct. It was Kat's
please
page.
examine.
Kat's page.
I'm talking about the borough page, the official borough page.
The official borough page isn't publicized absolutely nowhere. I don't know if you guys haven't talked to the commissioners or the clerk
So what's-
commissioners
what's
clerk
your-
about it.
There's no public.
But there
So
is
that's-
none. But you guys are paying $700 a year.
So that's
For what?
why the borough at the time, council chose to distance ourselves from the Facebook page.
Because it was private and unofficial. I got it
Well, no,
taken
I'm talking
down.
about the official one.
The official one is not official though.
That's right.
But you're paying $700
No, no,
for an
there are
unofficial
ones that-
website. The
I
PSAB site.
And they're all saying here.
Yeah.
We physically paid our
Yeah.
secretary to update an official web page
Right.
6,
She
8
has
years ago.
enough to go. She's
Right.
got
Yeah.
enough at the-
No.
It wasn't needed.
Let's make a
Right.
motion
Turned
to adjourn.
into
Do I have a
confusion.
motion to adjourn?
First, me.
So that's why I voted.
second it.
Okay. Roll call vote. Nancy's gone. Terry.
Yes.
Cindy.
Yes,
Bob.
elections are gonna be fun.
No one's announced.
Motion to adjourn, Bob.
Yeah, sorry.
Can't wait.
Anthony.
Yes.
Eddie.
Yeah.
Me, yes.
Chris.
What did you say, Jessica?
Let me know what I need.
Huh? Yeah,
Well, all I'm saying, you give us half a chance. Just give us half a chance. Let's try to get
Listen.
something done.
Most of the people up here have had more than half a chance for years, and they've proven they've done nothing for this borough. Go back and watch 3 years of videos of it.
Send me your list.
For what?
Whatever you told me at the beginning.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Go back and look at your notes.
Oh, okay.
I'll get it.
Alright, I'll get
I'm
that.
still working on.
We're just looking to get Apex.
I'm still working on Nicole's. You sent me the stuff you told me to do that for me.
And how long ago was that?
She got it last week.
October?
Yeah.
I don't think you sent it. I was just trying to remind everybody.
My comments are short tonight, guys.
I got a lot of them out while I was in the meeting. Alright. So for anybody that's made it this long, Noodlehead. Oh! Yeah, this happens because I never tighten it up because I don't ever know what's going to happen. So, real quick, let's see. Front. Okay, so, wow, I'll work on this. I'm only going to the car. So, for the moment, what I really need you guys to take away from this tonight, and I'm going to make a different kind of statement for this later, is Facebook is only going to hold on to our lives for 30 days. 30 days. 30 days. So you're going to have to figure out how to get to YouTube. We'll talk about that. I'll post about it. It's going to be a thing. I think that's really important. But if you've made it this far, you're 2 hours and 18 minutes. So, like, share, comment, check on your neighbor. Thank a veteran. Do the things.